It's Sunday football. It's Aston Villa versus West Ham. There's only one game on this Sunday. It's the Claret and Blue Derby. It's Aston Villa versus West Ham. Villa are 1.88. The draw is 3.7. West Ham are 4.1. There's all sorts of stats in this one, Neil. I mean, the runs that different... David Moyes is 14 unbeaten versus Villa. The big one for me is Villa have won their last 10 at home. They've not been on that kind of run for a very long time.
Yeah, but it's funny because teams are bogey teams. West Ham is a bogey team for Aston Villa. They haven't beaten them in the last 10 games. And for whatever reason, over that time, they've just had problems against West Ham. And I think they'll have problems in this game. I think these are two really good teams. I think they'll both finish in the top half and both try and get European football again at the end of the season. Both are competing in Europe this season, of course. Villa at home have been absolutely superb. 10 wins in a row, quite incredible. I said they dropped points against Brighton. They battered them 6-1. I think they'll drop points against West Ham. But the ability that they have to score goals is making it a really difficult place to go to for opposition. So I look at West Ham, I think they've got the ability to get something from the game. Probably not to win it, but to nick a draw at 3.7, I like the look of that. But Villa have been absolutely superb at home. It will end eventually, this incredible winning run, and this could be the game.
Paul Robinson, how impressed have you been with West Ham this season?
Yeah, very much so. I think the test was always going to be how they're going to cope without Declan Rice. I think the money was spent in the right areas and the right players, and David Moyes has pushed them on again. You know, you look where they were at this stage of last season. They finished the season with a European trophy, Europa League football, and Premier League football again. And this season was always going to be the test. How do you cope with Europa League? How do you make your squad stronger? And how do you cope without Declan Rice? And for me, at the moment, all those questions have been answered. And looking where they are now, the seventh, I think it is, in the league, and they've had a decent start. Saw them against Chelsea this year, was very impressed at the resilience that they had with 10 men. And they look like at the level that a lot of West Ham fans want them to be at. You know, you look at realistic expectation. With success comes expectation. Success in Europe last year, and then you think, what's success this year? You want them to push on in the league and do well again in the European competitions. And at the moment, those boxes have been ticked for me.
It should just be a good game, shouldn't it, Neil? Because they both like to get forward and score goals. I mean, it's a bit odd thinking about West Ham like that, but the midfield that they've got does create all sorts of opportunities. And Villa just have, as we said at the start of the season, actually, I don't want to back us up, but we thought they would be impressive this season. And
No, sorry, I did. Somebody didn't think they would.
Okay. You thought they were top four, and I still don't think they'll be top four.
No, it was outside prediction. It was outsider for top four.
Possible, yeah.
But Dave, what I would say about West
Ham, Man United for top four. So
there you go. But West Ham, if you think of West Ham and David Moyes, you think, oh, not a great watch. This West Ham team are. If you watch West Ham, they're a really good watch. Paul mentioned it about losing Rice there. They've invested the money really well. A player who they need to make the most of is Paqueta, because he's got a ban coming up and he may well move on at some point. What a player he is. He is a top player. He's now settled in to what's expected of him in the Premier League. Brazilian international. If you're watching this game, Paqueta will be a player who will stand out. Wonderful player. Both teams to score, I like. But I do think West Ham will end this incredible home run for Villa. But both are good teams.
Yeah, also on your assist markets as well. I know Souček's playing well again, and he had that run, didn't he, of goal scoring a few years back. Very much the new Fellaini, but Soufal as well, the other Czech player on that side, getting the assist, if you can find the assist markets during the game. I think he's got 2, maybe 3 in the last 3 games, so he's going well. But Villa at home, do they keep the winning run going, Paul?
Yeah, for me they do. I don't think it'll be comfortable. I think it'll be a tough game. West Ham will make it difficult. Game plan under David Moyes. It'll be, like you say, it'll be a good game. And it's for whatever reason, it's the only one on Sunday, but it'll be a good one to watch.
It certainly will be. And watch it in the Clubhouse with sportsbet.io.
Covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. For the best live bets, this is Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. Please gamble responsibly.
And hello, Clubhouse creatures around the world. It is Sunday. It is Clubhouse TV. It is sportsbet.io. And we are here and we're happy to be here because it's Aston Villa against West Ham in the Premier League. Late kick-off. Well, I bet you missed us earlier on today, didn't you? You got up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon UK time and thought, where are they? And 1.81 for Aston Villa, 3.8 for the tie. West Ham United are 4.4, as it was yesterday. So it is again. It is James, and it is this little furry-faced creature, Jack Critchley.
Hello, we've not gone home. We've just changed outfits. I'm wearing the same colour, but a slightly different jumper to try and disguise the fact that we've both stayed here overnight.
Do you know what? Gav and Al that were on yesterday, I reckon on purpose, they've changed all the levels on everything just to annoy me.
Well, it's worked because you're getting pretty upset about it.
I reckon they flicked all the switches. So I had to change everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I'm now sitting far further that way than I was before. Not nearly on his knee. Anyway, Jack Critchley, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you any different than you were yesterday?
Not really, no. I'm slightly older. I guess slightly more haggard. But apart from that...
but slightly wiser as well.
Slightly wiser, of course, yeah.
Slightly wiser.
But I slept all right, so I'm in good spirits. And actually, we talked about this game outside in the car park where we bumped into one another.
That's where we have our pre-show meetings.
It is, yeah. And we said, it could be anything. It could be anything. I actually looked at sort of my shifts here and I thought, Aston Villa West Ham, that could be a really good game. I'm looking forward to that one. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think Villa are priced about right.
Hello, Brahi. Nice to see you. Nice. Good to have you with us this afternoon. Team news, shall we? Should we start there?
Yeah, let's do that, shall we? What a good place to start.
And the last thing you said to me was, "I'll get the teams up," and now you're
now I'm floundering.
You're trying to find them.
I put them back down. Here we are: Martinez, Conser, Camara, Torres, and Digne is the back four. It looks like Villa are going 4-4-2, but obviously it's often a bit more fluid, isn't it, with Unai Emery? In midfield, Matty Cash, John McGinn. It's Douglas Luiz and Zaniolo in the centre with Watkins and Diaby as a front two. I think it might be a bit more fluid than that, but Flash Scores is listing it as a 4-4-2 currently. For West Ham, they've got them as a 4-2-3-1, which feels about right. We have got Areola in goal, of course, Emerson, Aguerd, Zuma and Kufal, Ward-Prowse and Alvarez as the sitting midfielders. Then we've got Paqueta, Souček, Bowen, who signed a new long-term contract with the club this week, and Antonio leading the line as the old battering ram, James.
That always makes me suspicious, you know, when you get a player that's a little bit sought after, signs a new deal. It can mean that he's committing his future to West Ham, but it can also mean that West Ham are just giving themselves a little bit more wriggle room when it comes to somebody coming in to buy him.
I suppose, though, he's got European football at least for this season. He gets regular starts. He must be happy there.
But there is the thought that he would be one of the main contenders if Mo Salah, when Mo Salah moves to the Saudi League,
maybe, and
they're looking for a replacement. Jared Bowen was talked about a lot.
I also think as well, it's sort of a bit of it can be described as a bit of a mug bet, can't it? But I always think there's a story there when players have signed a new contract that backing them to score any time in the first game after that, you do often find they
really?
Find the back of the net. And Jared Bowen is 4.25 to do that today.
I didn't. That's the first time I've ever heard that the science of that. Well done, Jack Critchley. I like that. Imarios. Hello, Jack and James, he says. Hello Imarios. And Bracky, obviously wasn't in when the that was being tallied up, but we don't try and con you. If you were in the top 20 and you won, you would have got your free bet. So
we're nice. We don't try and.
I mean, and Brahi, we like you. So if you had been in the top 20, then you would have had your free bet. I don't know what happened where you were in the equation, but if you'd been in the top 20 and you were on the list, then you would have got your free bet. So I can't say anything more than that because obviously I'm presenting a live show and I can't really go off and ring anybody. But we are not too far away from kickoff. 8 minutes to go. We haven't spoken about the free bet today, and Brahi's just reminded me that we should actually have that on our agenda. We did goals and we did... Brahi, you can send me all the screenshots of the top 20 in the world, but I can't do anything about it. Should we go for shirt numbers today? Because both of us fancy goals in this, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So I tell you what, I'll go through some big shirt numbers while we, in our heads, work out a tally.
Well, I can give some big numbers. 99.
No,
68.
No one wearing that. Keep going. See if you can.
57.
No.
43.
No.
35.
I'm getting closer. No.
26.
There is a 26, I think.
I found it one.
No, sorry.
Oh,
28 it is. Yeah.
2.
Is there a 2? Matty Cash is a 2. And do you know what? He gets forward as well, doesn't he?
They have one.
Well, actually, we don't want him to score, do
So
we?
I have won
He's only a
cash.
2. Yeah, you
So
have.
pay up. I want it now. So we'll go with shirt numbers and thinking about all of those numbers I've just said, which were completely irrelevant
Which are not
to
in
this
the-
equation.
yeah.
Shall we go for? Let's have a look. Ollie Watkins 11. Diaby's 19. He scores. Zoniola's 22.
Souček's
There was a 22.
Yeah, there is,
Zoniola.
sorry. Yeah, Souček's a 28.
Souček's
You said 26. I think.
Bowen's 20. He scores.
Alvarez 19.
Let's go for 50.
Okay.
50. Shirt number's 50.
So if West Ham defender Aguerd scores, we're over halfway there. He's 27.
Well, Marios has shared an acca from yesterday. He needs Girona to beat Almeria to
I've got
land his
that game
acca.
on, Marios. I'm watching that game because it's brilliant. They were 2-0 down and they're 3-2 up now. So I'll keep an eye on it for you.
Right, so who are we cheering on? We're cheering
Girona.
on Girona. Right,
Yeah.
so good lucky Marios. We're rooting for
And
you.
they're a really good side.
And over 2.5 in the Bundesliga, Jack. You doubted it, but it's there.
It's there. It's
2-1
landed.
to Cologne in the 90th minute. There's another game in the Bundesliga coming up at 4:30, by the way. Heidenheim against Augsburg. So that's only 6 minutes away as well. The teams are in the tunnel, so we need 50 in terms of shirt numbers to land it'll be 10 times 10 USDT free bets for this one. And Aston Villa, West Ham. 1.81 seems a bit short, but Villa's home form is amazing, isn't it?
It really is good. And the numbers as well. I mean, first of all, the thing to say is don't get blindsided by the 1-1 draw against Wolves because they played really well in that game. They outshot their opponents. I think they had 18 efforts on goal in the end. But Villa have put 6 past Brighton, 3 past Palace even, and 4 past Everton so far. Now, I know, apart from Brighton, they should be beating Everton and Palace at home. But the fact that they've scored 13 times in those games is really, really impressive.
10 straight wins. 10 straight wins.
Now, West Ham are quite hard to beat. They have only lost twice this season, and they have lost to Liverpool and Manchester City, so we cannot really completely discount them. They did beat Brighton in that really good sort of counter-attacking performance back at the end of August. They beat Luton, but as James said, Luton are fairly poor. That's not what did he say?
They're rubbish.
Rubbish, that's what he said.
Oh, they're awful.
And they drew
3-1 to Cologne.
They
Over
drew
3.5.
3-1, yeah, and they drew away at Bournemouth, which in retrospect isn't looking a particularly good result anymore, is it? But they are dangerous. West Ham are very, very dangerous going
I'm
forward.
dangerous as well.
You are dangerous going forward.
Yeah.
Not so much backwards, but going forward. I'll go for over 3.5 goals at 2.54 actually here. I think that's a really sort of good price as well. And Villa, this is a short one, but chuck in Villa over 1.5 goals, 1.66. So bigger price, smaller price for you. And I'm also going to have that play on Jared Bowen anytime as well. In fact, I'm going to take 2 players. I'm going to take Jared Bowen
That's
anytime.
greedy.
Yeah, and I'm going to take Watkins anytime at 2.25.
Viv, hello to you. Jack, do I look like Hasbulla?
I don't know who Hasbulla is.
Look at the Telegram.
Oh, there. There's definitely...
Don't answer that. Stop exactly where you are now, and we will move on.
Who is Hasbulla? I don't. Who is Hasbulla?
Apparently, he's a YouTube sensation,
Oh, right. Okay.
and I'm obviously a sensation.
Yeah.
So
You're an offline sensation.
So there are similarities, aren't there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're online now, and I'm a sensation.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So I have got, in terms of I mean, you haven't changed your fantasy team since 1963,
I
have
haven't
you?
looked at it this season. I'm afraid.
But I have got 3 players starting in this
Great,
one.
who's in?
This could really change my weekend because I've not had the greatest of starts. Matty Cash.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Great.
Matty.
Yeah.
James Ward-Prowse with his set-piece fluidity. And Ollie Watkins up front.
Okay, that's a nice bunch. Yeah, that's a really nice bunch.
So,
By the way, there's a player
Come on, boys.
on the Villa bench today called Amari Kellyman. If he comes on and scores, he's wearing number 71.
ooh.
So
let's we'll on the basis of that, Jack's basically suggesting we go up to 72 then for the numbers.
I'm not. No.
So anyway, good
But
luck.
we are praying for him to come on though.
50. It's shaking hands with you. All out there shaking hands with you. We're in agreement. 50 for the free bet today. So every time anybody scores, we find what numbers on the back of their shirt. We add them together. Hopefully we get lots of goals and we get past 50. And you can all win, or 10 of you can win a 10 USDT free bet. So good luck with that. As Jack suggested, there are other matches around Europe as well. French Ligue 1, Monaco 0, Metz 1, 25th minute. Cole against Mönchengladbach, too late to back anything on that because it's 3-1 in the 93rd minute. But goals in the Bundesliga, don't forget that. We had success yesterday, Jack, didn't we? Reminds me, what happened?
Well, James put up, first of all, over 2.5 goals in every 2:30 kickoff. That came in. And he also landed a first half goal in every 2:30 kickoff. And that came in. And you know what? He then didn't mention it at all for the rest of the broadcast.
Well, you had to bring it up there.
Amazingly. He didn't. Yeah. There was not a sniff of that for the rest of the show, which I thought was very modest.
I wasn't going to say anything about it, but you just mentioned it there. So their own.
Do you know what? I went home last night and it was the first thing I said to my wife. So you'll never guess what James backed today. And she said, I'm not surprised.
Did she just swoon and say, is that good-looking chap that looks like Hasbulla?
That's what she said, yeah. She said the YouTube sensation Hasbulla. And I said, I don't know.
Anyway, our picture seems to be a long way behind. Oh, no, actually, we haven't kicked off yet, have we? So I might as well press this. I might press this. This is being pressed at the right time today.
Counting down to kick-off, covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League. Live. This is Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. Please gamble responsibly.
Always gamble responsibly, Clubhouse creatures. Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. His Royal Majesty Marquis Maharaja Kaiser Caesar Tsar Supreme, my Ayatollah Grand Vizier, Lord King Emperor James VII, Rex, Jumping Jack Flash, the Nobleman Genetics, we beseech you. How good to see you today. And Viv's basically updating me on the cricket. KL Rahul is out. 182. Ooh, Viv. Ooh, getting a bit tense. 182 for 4. Biggest test that India have had in the World Cup so far. And that game, Heidenheim against Augsburg, is underway in the Bundesliga. So have a look at the first half goal in that one, and over 2.5 goals in the match, because that seems to be a trend that's landing quite nicely. There is a minute's applause by the looks of it at Villa Park for Sir Bobby Charlton. And as you know, yesterday we told you that the sad news that he has died aged 86. Saw a lot of tributes last night to him. Gary Neville interview. Michael Carrick was interviewed after the match, Middlesbrough game. Basically, they jumped on anybody that has got a remote connection with Manchester United, and they all gave glowing tributes to Sir Bobby. So, sad news for English football.
I saw the news last night, and I saw the tributes that were paid at the United match as well. So, yeah, I mean, it really, obviously it's tremendously sad, but you couldn't actually have asked for a better team to be playing on the night of him passing, really, could you? His old club to pay tribute to him. So it was touching stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you want everybody to live forever, but he was cracking on, had a good innings and had an incredible life. So I don't think he can have too many complaints, can he?
No, and you'll never ever hear anyone say a bad word about him either, will you?
I thought Gary Neville's interview about him, they did before Sky went on yesterday, they did a kind of 10-minute interview with Gary Neville. He was really good in terms of how he said that there was one match when he was quite young, he was about 20, and he was obviously playing on the right back position, and he was near the dugout, and Sir Bobby used to go to pretty much all the games, including the youngsters and stuff, had a real interest in everything at every level of the club. And they were 6-0 up, and in about the 89th minute, Gary Neville dived into a tackle, basically gave away a foul. The guy, I don't know if he got injured or not, I can't remember what he said, but it was a big crunching tackle. And Sir Bobby came up to him afterwards and said, "Son, can I have a word?" And he said, "We don't do that at this club. We act with a bit of class, please." And just basically said, whenever, and there was a big thing about whenever you are playing for this club, you're representing this club, and whenever you are not playing for this club, you're representing this club, and the highest standards only kind of stuff. It was, I think every club needs a Sir Bobby Charlton, really.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
close chance there for
flag had gone up, but it was a good effort. I was looking at that. It came in and Villa were just a bit static in defence, but they've got away with it because the flag went up and it was less than a minute old, the game, by the time.
Was it Paqueta with a chance there?
I think it was, yeah.
Jared Bowen doing some good work down the right as well. So that tends to be their modus operendi, doesn't it? Paqueta's a terrific player. When he sees close control, he does these little flicks and he can beat a man, just leave him for dead with a little bit of ankle jiggery.
It makes a big difference because West Ham are not. I don't think they're not a particularly creative side, but having a player like him just means that you do get that little bit extra. I'm just looking at the stats on that before we get sort of properly stuck into the Premier League game. As West Ham, by the way, really closing Villa down. I'm just looking at the stats for that German game.
Yes.
And Heidenheim, who were newly promoted this season, have taken some batterings already this year, most notably 4-1 away at Leverkusen, but who isn't taking a battering at Leverkusen? But at home...
I've not yet.
You haven't, no, but you're in the minority. At home, I think Heidenheim have been pretty good. They've beaten Werder Bremen by 4-2. They did lose to Hoffenheim, but by 3-2, and were the better side in that game. And then they won their last game by 1-0. The away side, Augsburg, better at home, but away from home, I don't think they're good at all. Heidenheim are the favourites, but only just, and I think they're a backable price. They are 2.45 Heidenheim to win this. I'd be happy to take that, actually.
I've added it to our stats toy, so if we need to refer back to that, we can do as we go through. But obviously, most of our eyes in the studio are on Aston Villa against West Ham, and Barrios asks a question which I think I know the answer to. Jack, any chance of both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in the Villa game?
Well, I thought it pre-match, and given what I've seen in the first 2 minutes and 59 seconds, I'd say yeah. I'd say we're on for a good high-scoring match.
I mean, our strategic debate in the car park ahead of the show, we quite a couple of times yesterday we said, this game feels a bit 1-1-y, and both of them came in as 1-1s. In the car park, we said this game feels a bit 2-2-y.
We did say it's a bit 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2 was our favoured result.
Yeah, 2-2 is a good result, isn't it? So and West Ham Villa definitely feels 2-2-y. Sometimes I don't know whether my mind is just thinking that West Ham got that 2-2 against Newcastle. Villa have definitely had a 2-2 already this season. So yeah, maybe, but I just think. Yeah, I think if you're on goals... 14
for a 2-all scoreline.
I think if you're on goals, I feel like I feel like your bet is reasonably safe. Here comes Antonio, who was trying to get past Torres. He hasn't managed it.
There's no such thing as a dead cert, but
no.
This does look like goals, this one today.
What's the level below dead cert? Just cert? No, that would be above, wouldn't it?
Dead...
Partial cert?
Yeah.
Bit cert?
Yeah. Uncertain.
Slightly less. Uncert.
Slightly less certain.
Yeah.
Slightly less certain.
Anyway, we'll see. It is Villa. Villa are playing out from the back, and every time they do, West Ham are closing really effectively at the moment. How long they can keep that up for, of course, remains to be seen. They've got a hectic schedule, loads of games to come. But at the moment, that's what's happening. Villa are trying to play out from the back, and West Ham are closing them down quickly and efficiently. And that, I think, is probably going to be the pattern for the first 30 minutes. So you could also, if you fancied it, you could actually look at West Ham first goal in this game. I do think Villa might win this, but West Ham first goal, because they've started fast, 2.45.
Get your muff straight. Looking at your screen, honestly, what an absolute disgrace you are. That's better.
There we go.
Standards, Jack. Like Sir Bobby Charlton said, where there's a certain level of standard we require in the studio.
We don't do that on this service. That's what we say. We don't do wonky muffs on this service.
We don't.
No.
Keep your muff straight. That's what we say.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check in on the cricket.
Okay.
5 down, Viv. 5 down. Oh, Virat Kohli's been left stranded. 55 not out as Suryakumar Yadav has gone. Oh, I tell you what, that's game on in the Cricket World Cup. Maybe the first close game that we've had in this Cricket World Cup. Viv, how are you feeling in terms of 0 to 10, with 0 being, oh my goodness, the world's ending, and 10 being, yay, we're going to coast to victory. Where on that level are you in terms of confidence that India are going to win that one? Because I reckon that's 50-50 at the moment. Hakan agrees. He thinks goals in this one. Goals in both teams to score. Navid Arts, paint me like one of your French girls. He's with us. Hello, guys, he says. Very fine artist is Navid Art.
Is he?
And the sportsbet.io ambassador.
Absolutely, yeah. Man of many talents.
He is.
Unlike us too.
Very good looking man as well. If you just open this little picture. Pete Farias was purring over him the other day.
Was he swooning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete for Navid Art was written on a tree just outside Pete's garden.
I saw it in the toilets, actually. Yeah. Would you like some stats on Monaco Mets?
No.
Okay.
Oh, go on then.
Oh, great. Expected goals here so far. Monaco 0.41, Metz 0.1, even though they are a goal up. We have 88% possession for Monaco.
It's easy for you to say.
It is, yeah. 7 shots to 2, 4 on target, 2 off target. Metz have had just 2 shots. 1 was on target, the other one was blocked. Monaco have had 1 big chance, and they've missed it. They've had 2 shots from inside the box, 5 from outside the box, whereas it seems like Metz have gone up the other end, scored, and not really done anything else. So I think Monaco, they've got time. We are only 33 minutes into this game. I think definitely Monaco have got time to at least wrestle this back, to claw this back now. And they are 1.55 to score over 1.5 goals.
I wasn't listening to you when you said the possession stats. It says on the screen 83%.
Oh, does it? It said 88 on it's got that to 86 on mine now.
Blimey. That's a lot.
Yeah.
If you believe any of those stats, it's a lot.
Yeah. I think Monaco might be able to turn it around. They're 1.95 to win it, but a shorter price of 1.55 just to score a couple of goals might be one way of doing it here. In fact, draw no bet Monaco is 1.8. That feels like it might be a better option.
Call yourself a proud Indian, Viv. Oh, I want them to lose, he says. Meaning India cricket team. 1 bad game early in the tournament. He's hoping that they can. Kind of the thought is that every team's going to have 1 bad game as they go through, because it's a long old tournament.
Villa on the breakaway here.
So Viv wants to get rid of India's today.
It's a sloppy ball.
Instead of the semi-final, Viv, that's where my money is. You go out in the semi-final with 1 atrocious performance after being brilliant all the way through it.
So yeah, Villa with their first sort of foray into the West Ham half. It was John McGinn, actually, who was making good progress. Ball over to the far side. Cash was waiting. Diving header clear by Emerson.
Come on, my boys, where are you?
Here's Paqueta.
Let's be having you, as Delia Smith would say.
She would, wouldn't she? This is Ward-Prowse, who's dropped deep. There's one of your boys.
Oh, he's dropping deep. That's no good for me.
Well, if he gets an assist.
I don't get points for him dropping deep.
No. Ball clipped over the top looking for Antonio. He's collected it, he's turned, and it's a poor ball.
Oh, dear. He's a big man. He's got strong legs, and he could only basically pass that about 3 yards. It's a disgrace.
Intercepted by Torres, and Villa have it on the halfway line. Both sides just feeling one another out at the moment. And it's still 3-2, by the way, to Girona in that game in Spain.
Yeah, we're
following the action there.
So fingers crossed for you, Marios.
Yeah.
Semi-final is in the Wankhede Stadium. No way we are going out, says Viv. Final is in Ahmedabad.
Cash is on the move here. Is he going to play him in? Matty Cash heading towards the byline.
Go on. No,
is it going to be first corner of the game?
Not a corner.
No. Well, do you know what? I haven't looked at corner stats, actually.
No, you haven't. You haven't done your job properly, have you?
No.
Wonky muff.
Lagging behind.
And cornerless.
Do you know what? I'd be surprised if I get asked back on this evidence.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Let's have a look at corner stats. Villa had 10 corners against Wolves, by the way, 12 in total. Away from home, Villa have had loads of corners. At home, Villa games have been quite tight corner-wise. Just the 4 at home to Brighton. Just the 6 at home to Palace. And they did have 13 against Everton. But generally speaking, it's the away games where Villa seem to be set up to get more corners. Cross comes into Bowen.
There's a corner.
And it was Souček, actually, yeah. Has it gone out for a corner?
Did that go out? I'm not sure whose head that came off, actually, in the end. So
no.
Maybe a corner, may not be.
West Ham, by the way, have lost the corner count in every single away game this season.
Ooh.
They lost 7-4 on the corner count to Liverpool, 9-6 to Luton, 17-4 to Brighton.
They were battered.
And 10-4 to Bournemouth. So it might well be worse.
Race twos.
I know, yeah.
Where's the race two markets?
I know they don't have loads of corners.
Race to 3 for Aston Villa, 1.64. Race to 5 for Aston Villa, 1.99. Race to 7 for Aston Villa, 3.3.
Yeah.
The prices are there for you.
There, if you fancy it. Aston Villa total corners over 6.5 is 2.05.
West Ham have just got a corner.
Oh.
But that probably makes Aston Villa's price even better.
Yeah. It's come off there. That was Bowen this time. It's come off him.
So the Aston Villa race to 5 might be a play with giving West Ham a head start.
Yeah. Cards-wise, by the way, modest totals for West Ham in the last few games. Here come Villa down the other end. That was a quick turnaround. Edge of the area. Luiz goes for goal.
He has got a very good record, by the way, goal-scoring wise.
At home?
Yes. Let me just find Douglas Luiz's goal-scoring record because it is very, very good. So Douglas Luiz might be a bet to score today. Just looking at the Premier League home games, I think that was the stat. He didn't. He scored one in the 6-1 win against Brighton, but so did everybody basically. The home game against Crystal Palace, that was the one before that. 3-1 win. He scored in that one. So he scored in the last 2 Premier League games. The Premier League game prior to that was 4-0 win against Everton, in which Douglas Luiz also scored in that one too.
So he's got 3 in total at home, has he?
Yeah.
There's a Villa corner, by the way.
So he's had 3 goals in his last 3 games at Villa Park.
Okay.
And he also, by the way, he didn't score in the game against... in fact, sorry. 4 straight games, 5 straight games. He scored against Brighton, he scored against Spurs. So he scored in the last 5 home games. And you have to go back to April when he didn't score against Fulham. So he scored in the last 5 home games at Villa Park.
Very, very good record, that, isn't it? That wasn't a West Ham corner, by the way, but it was a Villa corner. So Villa are 1 corner to the good.
So Douglas Luiz today to score. I mean, you probably can only get the next goal market, can't you? Now we're in play, but in fact, I can't find that either. But have a look. If you got my here we go to score next goal, Douglas Luiz 11.5.
4.4 any time I've got here.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
11.5 to score the next.
Okay. Yeah. Also worth noting as well, goal scorers wise, that Douglas Luiz has scored 3 times this season at home in 244 minutes at Villa Park. Leon Bailey has played just 96 minutes at Villa Park, and he's scored twice.
He comes on as a sub, doesn't he?
Yeah,
mainly?
but he's starting this game today, so he might be worth a look as well. I know we sort of furnished you with loads of goal scorers here, but he might be worth a look. Douglas Luiz is 4.4 anytime, and Leon Bailey, where are you? Where are you, Leon Bailey?
He's there. He's just out there.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's not on my list actually for some reason, but if he does pop up, take a look at him to score any time in this game.
Is he? He's not started, has he?
Is he not?
No, that's why he's not on your list.
Oh, okay. I thought he was on the pitch.
He must be on the bench, I think.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
But he'll come on.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Sorry, I was getting him mixed up.
He's a regular substitute, isn't he?
Yeah, he will come on. So when he does come on, have a look at the price on score any time. Also, get on those Villa corners as well. If
Douglas Luiz does score, it won't be a great punch in the air for your quest for 50 shirt numbers because he's only got 6 on his back. Leon Bailey, 31 though.
That would be handy.
He'd be quite a good one to come on late as a sub and get us across the line, wouldn't he?
So what we need really is Douglas Luiz to score, but maybe score late in the game when we're already there. Yeah. Or to take us across the line
when we're on 19.
Yeah.
We're on 19 with 5 minutes to go. Douglas Luiz, Leon Bailey comes on and scores.
Do we need 50?
Yes.
So we need to be on 39. Do we? Go on.
Leon Bailey's got 31 on his back.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about Douglas Luiz.
What's 19 add 31, Jack?
That's 50.
Hey!
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Simple arithmetic here.
So
not done with great execution, admittedly. But yeah, let's get some shirt numbers in. Let's hope for some goals. The other players that we were hoping to score are probably defenders, aren't they? Here, so the corners actually lead into that. If we get corners, then the likes of Aguerd with 26, Emerson with 33, some of those can come up and score. Looks like Heidenheim might have scored the opening goal. We quite fancied them.
Have we got a goal in the Bundesliga?
It looks like it. Yeah. Just waiting for it to be
goal in the
confirmed.
first half. Did tell you. Goal in the first half. Over 2.5 match goals. That's the German trait. To Monaco are going to get back on level terms. You were looking at Monaco to ever score. Was it over 1.5 goals?
It was, yeah.
So tick. Happy days.
That goal for Heidenheim has been confirmed, by the way. That's gone in.
Barring a VAR check.
Barring a VAR. Yeah. We always fall for those. Cross from Digne from the left in the game. It was cut out by West Ham. And there is Monaco. Monaco have equalised. Again, barring a VAR check, but it looks like they've got in.
Navidot says Monaco trying to kill his Aka. Was that because you're on Monaco and they were losing? Because they're not anymore, Navidot. They're now one apiece.
In that Monaco game, by the way, for Metz, Benjamin Tete has just replaced Oscar Estupinian. Both players played for Hull last season. They're now both at Metz, and one has replaced the other on 32 minutes.
And that's, what's his face, his brother, isn't it?
The one who plays for Brighton.
Yes.
Yeah, Purvis?
Purvis, that's it.
Yeah. He's a pelvis. Purvis.
Well, I mean, he may have a fine pelvis.
I mean, if he's an athlete, he probably has.
Oh, Ollie Watkins, what have you just done? Just in the replay of this one, Ollie Watkins on the turn, puts it wide. He should have scored. He's in my fantasy team. You're an absolute lechuga.
And we've packed him any time as well.
absolute lechuga, Ollie Watkins.
2 changes for Girona in that game in Spain. Christian Stuani, former Middlesbrough man, one of those that's coming on at the moment. And looks like Heidenheim might be going back-to-back here with goals. What's the German goal?
0-0.
0-0. Looks like they might be going 0-0 in this one.
I'm quite multilingual these days when
You
it comes
are.
to football.
You're a well-travelled man,
Yeah.
aren't you?
I know bang bang in about 6 different languages now.
And there it is. Second goal for Heidenheim confirmed. I did say 2.45 was big for Heidenheim.
And I know salad items in Spanish. Lechuga, lettuce.
Yeah. What's tomato, do you know? Or do you not want that on your salad?
I quite like a tomato.
Yeah.
I prefer a cherry tomato.
If anyone knows tomato in Spanish, could you let us know,
I'm
please, on
gonna
the
Google
chat? Yeah.
Tomato.
Navidad says Monaco trying to kill his Aka, but it's 1-1 now, yeah. That is good news. Thumbs up for Monaco getting back into it. Let's hope they bag another one now.
El Tomato.
Oh,
El Tomate.
we could have guessed that.
El Tomate.
So no goals after 18 minutes.
Tomate. Yeah.
Here come Villa in their own half. The best chance of the game, that, from Ollie Watkins.
Look at that. The shirts, the scarves and the flowers and everything outside Old Trafford. People turning up to pay their respects to Sir Bobby.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we've lost a couple of the really kind of great players. Pele, obviously, dying. Was it last year now? About World Cup.
Yeah.
It was during the World Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. So end of last year, yeah.
And then obviously Sir Bobby now. So
I think they said on the news that only one member of the 1966 team is now still alive, I think. Is that right? I think so. Well,
Jeff Hurst is still alive, isn't he?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it was more than that, but it was certainly a very low. It shocked me how low the number was.
I used to.
Oh no, I know what it was. It was there was about 10 of them that unfortunately developed dementia off the back of, I guess, heading footballs back then. There's a big case study about that, isn't there? Won't dwell on it, but there is definitely a link. And only one of those 10 now is still alive. So not the team, but of those that have subsequently suffered dementia, sadly, from that 66 team, only one of them still alive.
I used to do buy and sell memorabilia.
Yeah, it is another Villa corner.
It is. It's going to be taken by Douglas Luiz. You can't score from there. It's going to be just jinked in, and it's a good block, and going to be a throw-in for Villa nearer the halfway line. And I used to go to NEC and Earls Court and stuff and do shows and what have you. And they used to get kind of guests, mainly sci-fi people and stuff like that, Battlestar Galactica and things, coming along to sign things. One of the shows I went to, they had the English World Cup winning side.
Okay.
And they were all there. The queues for
That's much better than sci-fi.
Queues for that were enormous.
Yeah.
They were charging something like £25 a signature or something to get, obviously trying to try and get your shirts signed and pictures signed and what have you. And there was only at that stage, I think there was only one of them had died. Alan Ball wasn't there, obviously, because he died quite a long time ago. But since then, we've lost a couple, 2 or 3 more, I think.
Yeah. I think there were a couple that died in about 3 years ago, wasn't there?
Well, Jack Charlton's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Villa have had 2 corners, James, and
Girona. Yeah. They're not Lechugas. They have gone 4-2 ahead against Almeria.
Hakan's mentioned it.
So Hakan's happy, and Marios, you'll be happy, won't you? That's what you needed, wasn't it? That's a little bit more.
That's more like it, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit stress-free now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, about halfway through the first half. I need your best bet. I want your best bet right now.
Okay.
It's time for Jack's best bet.
Yeah, do you know what? I might have to go down the corners route here. I might have to go Aston Villa total corners over 8.5. The third has just been swung in and volleyed over. I'm going 1.85 for over 8.5. It's quite easy to remember. 1.85 for over 8.5 Aston Villa corners in this one, because they are getting it out wide. They're slinging it out wide, and Matty Cash, particularly on the right, is providing a bit of width. And I think they're going to rack up a few corners here.
Wayne Rooney looks like somebody that spent a bit of time in America, doesn't he, these days? Putting a bit of weight, wears baseball hats.
Been to DC, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Is this corner number 4?
Oh.
I think this is corner number 4 for Villa.
What a marvellous thing this is.
Yeah.
Race 2 corners markets. It's the future, everybody.
Just checking. We definitely had the third a minute ago.
4 corner kicks to none.
Yeah, there we go. It is corner number 4.
I thought West Ham had one early.
No, it looks like they made the decision and then took it away. So back post, nodded into the middle, nobody there. Away by Bowen.
head tennis, but they actually finally managed to get the ball down. West Ham able to potentially break. Actually, good ball out there towards the left-hand side as West Ham come across the halfway line. Yeah, but 4 corner kicks to none.
Yeah, it's definitely something to do with the way West Ham are set up on the road. Maybe they play narrower, but they concede so many corners. And they rarely get them.
After all of that effort to get down the other end, Antonio's ball in was dreadful.
Oh, dear. Deary me.
So he's not a good start to this game.
He hasn't, no. Here they come again, though. Emerson's cross is a fizzing one, and it's cleared away. Villa can calmly bring it out. Can they counter now? They've not got too many forward. There's 2 runners, and there's Watkins in the middle. West Ham are getting bodies back as the attack slows. Half-time in France, by the way. Monaco 1, Metz 1, so that goal came at a good time. They do say score before half-time, don't they? It's just a good time to get a goal.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever a bad time.
I wonder if a bad time to score a goal is in the first minute when you are the away side and you are counter-attacking and are not expected to win. So then you've got 89 minutes to hold on.
If you were the manager of Blackpool, which is your team, on an away trip to one of your biggest rivals, you'd say, right, lads, I want you to start strong. I want you to get out there, make your presence known. But please, for goodness sake, don't score in the first 20.
Don't score in the first 20 seconds, certainly.
Yeah, keep your powder dry, boys. Come on.
Yeah. Is it not like poking a hornet's nest, that?
I've never done that either.
No, maybe.
I've never scored in the first 20 seconds, and I've never poked a hornet's nest.
If you went to Man City as a huge underdog, let's say Sheffield United going to Man City.
Oh, that's stretching it too far.
If they score in the first 20 seconds and they've got to hold that lead, that to me feels like a bad time to score. You want to score on 75 and not give City much time to try and react.
So, latest news, Sheffield United sacked the manager and they've appointed Jack Critchley. You're off to Man City next week, Jack. Your team took out of the game. You don't want them to score, I understand.
Don't start quickly, yeah. Take your time.
We want a nice steady 0-0 at half-time, boys. Come on.
Take your time. Keep it. Yeah, managers do say keep it tight, don't they?
Imari says, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
With their own goal going in, so he's happy. And India are going to forsake Viv's wish for him to lose today, I think, because they've steadied the ship with Virat Kohli and Ravindra Jadeja. 62 runs needed off 73 balls. Should be India's from there. So, Viv, that's terrible news. You're going to lose in the semis.
Villa in possession. Here they come into the feet of... out wide on the left-hand side. It was got back in. It went all the way back out to McGinn. And then Douglas Luiz has possession. And they've got all the way back to the halfway line. My dad would absolutely hate that if he was watching Blackpool do that. It's his least favourite thing when a team are in the opposition's half and then they go all the way back.
Does he boo and hiss?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It goes wild, yeah.
Throws his season ticket at the
Rips
players.
his shirt off, yeah. It is...
I wondered where you got that wild streak from.
Yeah, Villa's... He gets through so many shirts at a match. And it's cold on the Fylde Coast. Here comes Matty Cash. Here's your man.
Yeah, he's gone backwards as well.
He's gone backwards as well,
Come on, somebody do something good. Come on. That'll be my team talk. Come on, somebody do something good, please.
If we were joint managers of a team, you'd be saying, someone do something good, and I'd be saying, but don't do it too early.
Yeah. And don't do it too well too early.
Yeah. Listen to what he's saying, but don't do it early.
Do something moderately decent. That doesn't involve scoring.
Yeah. I think that team would respond.
Yeah.
Would respond well to that. Yeah.
I think they'd respond in a certain way. By probably going straight to the chairman and say, what you put them in charge for?
By requesting our removal.
What you put those idiots in charge of our team for?
Yeah.
So we are in the 26th minute now. We fancied goals. We fancied both teams to score. It's certainly not too late.
No.
But 0-0 as things stand. But there's been enough chances. There's been enough endeavour, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at second half stats for both of these clubs because that might fill us with some hope.
Viv's saying, why so much shout for the semis, James? England not even making it that far. No, I'll be totally honest, Viv. England have been absolutely dreadful. Don't deserve to defend their trophy. But it is their trophy still. Until the final. But yeah, I mean, India do make a habit in global tournaments of looking great in the group stage and then losing in the knockouts, don't they, Viv?
Do you want some positive news about the second half?
Absolutely not.
Only two sides have averaged more second half goals. That's second half goals for both sides in the game than Villa this season. Second halves of Villa games averaged 2.38 goals. They've scored 11 and conceded 8. West Ham's second halves, slightly lower, but they've averaged 2.13. And a lot of that has been conceding. They've scored 7 first-half goals, but they've conceded 10. And West Ham have not won a second half in any of their last 5 games, whereas Villa have won 3 of their last 5 in the second half. So if it's still goalless at the break, might be a nice price on Villa to come out and win in the second half, potentially.
Well, could you get, you can get the price on Villa to draw at half-time.
Yes, you can, yeah.
Villa at full-time, couldn't you? Which would give you a little bit more
Yeah.
uncertainty, but it'll give you a better price.
And the other option is second half total goals over 1.5 is 1.7. Is this another corner? Did that take a deflection?
No.
No?
Draw Villa is 3.4.
Yeah, I think that's all right, yeah. But yeah, over 1.5 second half goals is 1.7, so you can have a look at that as well. Villa are just 1.4 to score in the second half, by the way, if you fancy that as well.
Augsburg, going to make it 2-1, already over 2.5 in the Bundesliga. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bundesliga. I'm going to move to Germany. I am.
You can't watch it here, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. You don't have to go to Germany to watch it. Yeah.
Viv says, we dropped 4 catches, 2 LBW calls overturned favouring New Zealand, and Panji not playing. If you're still not able to beat us, then I have no advice for you. We won't beat him. Don't even try and push the buttons, Viv, because my buttons are firmly dead.
We're taking the batteries out.
England have got no chance of beating India. No chance whatsoever. India the best team in the tournament by a long way. By a long way. But doesn't mean they can't lose a semi-final, Viv. Seen big teams lose before. That'd be quite sad, Viv, wouldn't it? Oh, dear. I'm always feeling for you already, Viv. The devastation you're going to feel when your team goes out in the semis. England will be home by then, though. Anyway. Aston Villa, 0. West Ham, 0. Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. Fun, fast and ferociously fair. James and Jack taking you through. It's the JJs in for you today. Aston Villa against West Ham. 58 possession for Villa so far. 6 shots to 2. You can see these on the screen, but I'll read them out to you anyway. 2 shots on target to 1. 4 corners to none. Yet to get a yellow card. Yet to get any cardage. So
plenty of corners, though.
That bet last night. You got the free bet last night? Aston Villa. Watch the screens. Watch the screens, Jack. Watch the screens now. That one, in fact.
I was trying to find
that one.
I know where it is. I was trying to find you a bet, James, but I will retreat.
Here they come. Aston Villa down the left-hand side. Ollie Watkins picks the ball up towards the corner flag. What can he do from there? Passes it back inside. Who's in the middle?
Patient build-up, isn't it?
Come on, Ollie. Ollie, where are you, Ollie Watkins? There he is. There's Ollie Watkins.
Can he get his shot off?
Side steps. Guess who it is? Guess who it is? Guess who it is?
It's the man with the beard.
Guess who it is? It's Douglas Luiz. 11.5.
Yeah,
So following on from my German bets yesterday, I've now landed 11.5 on Douglas Luiz to score.
He loves a goal at Villa Park.
6 in a row.
Yeah.
Don't discount Douglas Luiz because Aston Villa have gone ahead. And inside 30 minutes there, Aston Villa have taken the lead.
I wouldn't be surprised if, given your current form, James, that you just don't go up in flames at some point.
I am on fire.
Yeah.
I am.
It might just self-combust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to actually locate the extinguisher.
If you suddenly hear the fire alarms going off, it's because I am so hot. Yeah. I am hot, hot, hot.
If you see us getting sort of soaked by the sprinklers, that is why.
6.
It was a good finish, but I think the goalkeeper could have done better here, Areola. Let's have a look at this. I feel like he could have got in the way of this.
An assist for Ollie. Oh, did he get a bit of a deflection?
Yeah. Mate, he was caught a little bit blinded by the defender, wasn't he?
I think he was getting himself a bit behind it, and I think he just deflected to his right. Yeah, just off the heels.
Yeah.
Just off the heels as a defender.
Him, hasn't it? Yeah.
But, right, do the math, as they say in America. Do the maths, as they say properly in England.
Yeah.
6 equals
6.
We're on to 6, everybody. Jack's confirmed it. We're on to 6. Douglas Luiz.
Do you know what? I could do some other maths for you though, James. I can subtract 6 from 50 if that's helpful. Would you like that? Would you like to see that?
Go on in. Look at the cogs. Look at the cogs.
44.
Well done, Jack. Jack is equally on fire in the maths department.
Yeah.
I'm on fire in the landing the best bets department.
A Lancastrian Vorderman over here.
And a bit like Carol Vorderman. Not that probably means anything to anybody else. That's Carol Vorderman never travelled abroad?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let us know if you give it a thumbs up if you know Carol Vorderman.
They maybe got Countdown abroad. I don't know.
Yeah, but she left it about 10 years ago now. So
That's
maybe...
probably longer than that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Probably about 15.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, bit of maths there. 44 required now.
I'm going to just Google it. When did Carol Vorderman...
And plenty of time left as well. We're only on 32 minutes. So first half goal. Quite liked over 1.5 second half goals, but we might get over 1.5 first half goals here because Villa are on the attack again. Here they are into the area. Oh, side netting. Side netting for Watkins, who's now shanked one wide and hit the side netting. In terms of scoring for you and your team, James, he's getting closer.
She left Countdown in December 2008.
15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah. 15 years ago. Wow.
So, yeah. I mean, it's game on. This does not put me off any of the initial bets
No.
that you stuck up.
Yeah.
Both teams to score. Overs on the goals. Goals. Ollie Watkins gets an assist.
Over 1.5.
Douglas
Villa
Luiz
goals.
scores again. Everything is swimming in the world of Clubhouse
Villa
TV.
corner?
Hoo-ah!
Another Villa corner as well.
As Al Pacino would say, hoo-ah!
This is number 5, I think.
Yeah, they've won the race to
It's
5.
not a good corner, though. Not a good corner at all.
They've won the race to 5. Oh, he's offside, though. He's got to be
Yeah.
offside. He's offside. You're offside, man. Stop. Didn't go in anyway.
No. Flag was up, wasn't it? Yeah, there it is.
I mean, the flash should have come up earlier than that.
Yeah.
There's going to come a time, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't had it, where an assistant referee's thinking that's offside, and then play continues, and somebody
Yeah.
breaks their leg in the ensuing sort of 10 seconds, and then he puts the flag up. So all of the bit that actually counted for him breaking his leg was completely unnecessary,
Yeah, very true.
and the player will suffer as a result of that.
We've just kicked off in Italy. Atalanta are taking on Genoa. I quite fancied Atalanta to win this game. And then I looked at the price and saw that they were around about 1.45, and I was immediately put off. But of course, there are other ways in, as always. So I think that even though it's still a bit short, I think that backing Atalanta to score over 1.5 goals in this game at 1.7, I think that's worth it. I think they will score at least a couple. From 8 games so far, they have an XG of 10.9. They have been, last season, Atalanta were better on the road. This season, they are better at home. They have, I think they've won every single home game, yeah, and they've won 2 of them to 0 as well so far this season. So have a look at that. Genoa came up, and they're no mugs, but they've only won 1 of the last 5. And away from home, they conceded twice to Udinese, who are not a particularly good side. They conceded once to Torino as well, once to Lecce. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games by 1 goal to 0. But I think Atalanta are their toughest opponent yet, because Atalanta currently sit in 6th. And the sides they've been to sit in 17th, 14th, and 11th. So this is the toughest trip yet. And I think that Atalanta it probably will be a 2-0, I reckon, as Christian Stuani scores a 5th for Girona. They are 5-2 up now.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson.
Also, Malmo have just scored as well.
Have you seen the GIF, Jack?
I can see it, yeah. Yeah, I wondered why
She's staring at me.
I wondered why you were so distracted.
She's staring at me and we're raising her eyebrows. It's quite disconcerting.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to message you and tell her that she's putting you off the Villa game.
yeah. Oh.
Anyway, yeah. Atalanta to win.
You just finished the first half yourself.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Anyway, hello, Clubhouse creatures. Clubhouse TV, sportsbet.io, the world's leading Bitcoin sportsbook, and a dangerous free kick for Aston Villa.
Yes.
We've got Luca Dean loitering with intent with his left peg.
Diabe's there as well.
He's a good player, you know.
Yeah,
I stuck him in my fantasy team a little bit, and then kind of he didn't do anything, so I took him out again. But I do like him as a player.
How many Villa? Because you're only allowed 2, aren't you? For what?
3.
3.
3.
So you've got no room for him now, have you? Oh no, you've only got 2 Villa players, haven't you?
Yeah.
Watkins and Cash.
Ward-Prowse, who I've not actually seen on the pitch yet, other than you mentioned that he dropped back once.
He was dropping deep, wasn't he?
No, and I don't think he's come back out of being in the deep.
No,
He's rolling in the Dells deep.
he is. Not to be confused with the aquarium in Hull.
Here we go. Shots.
Oh, dragged
John
wide.
McGinn's left peg goes
Awry, doesn't it?
quite a long way wide. That wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was poor. A nice little well-worked routine, though. Off the training ground, as they would say.
Definitely, yeah.
But, he dragged that to only just made it inside the 6-yard box.
They'd hope for better results than that on the training ground, though, as West Ham come away. We really haven't seen much of West Ham from an attacking capacity since about the 5th minute, have we?
Kind of first 5-10 minutes, they were quite good, weren't they? Then
Yeah.
Antonio didn't get that pass.
And it all went wrong from there.
And it all's gone downhill, yeah. So, it's... David Moyes has got a bit to do at half-time, should this scoreline not change, I think. I mean, the current prices in terms of this match, you can get Aston Villa at 1.32. If you fancy West Ham to come back, 11.5, 5.2 for the tie. If you still fancy goals, and we would not put you off, I mean, I can speak for him because I know he agrees with me. Over 2.5, 1.6, over 3.5, maybe 2.65. 2-2, which is the scoreline that we thought about in the car park, 14.5 now. Yeah, still there for you.
Trouble with 2-2 now is, though, have I seen enough for West Ham to score 2 goals?
You know as well as I do, though, that they can suddenly go for 15 minutes and go bang, bang.
Moyes can change things up at half-time, definitely. Yeah, no, that's
they are a
true.
team that they will show more than they've shown in the last 30 minutes at some stage in the second half.
And we were talking about him before, by the way, but Douglas Luiz to score 2 or more goals in this game, currently available at 6.1, if you fancy that. So
he only tends to go in singles, though.
Yeah, true.
6 singles in the last 6 home matches.
Watkins, who's getting closer, still available at 2.5.
Yeah, got me an assist, though.
Yeah. Would you be happy with 2.5 for a goal?
That's a bit skinny, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, he's as likely as anybody. So
True, yeah.
I suppose it's priced accordingly. I tend to, if I'm ever going to back a goal scorer market, I tend to probably go with something that's a bit bigger than that and just hope they score.
Yeah.
Need 1 foul from Matty Cash, says Viv, and 1 more goal for my bet builder to land. And
okay.
A big, strong arm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Good luck, Viv. Good luck.
There's a game in the Eredivisie between the Go Ahead Eagles and Sparta Rotterdam. And Go Ahead Eagles are brilliant at home, but they're 0-0 at the moment with Sparta. Now, in the first half, this game was almost completely even, although the Sparta maybe just shaded it, actually. In the second half, Go Ahead Eagles have come out with a bit between their teeth.
Corner for West Ham.
0.23 expected goals compared to 0.04. 58% possession. 5 shots to 2. 3 of those 5 shots on target. And they've also had several shots from inside the box.
Augsburg have made it all in Germany. Goals.
So what I was going to say is have a look at Go Ahead Eagles' first goal of the game at 2.55 because they have started the second half really effectively.
You know that I am hot at the moment.
Yes, I have heard and seen.
Incredibly hot, in fact. I'm going to put up a bet for you.
Okay, go for it.
I just got a hunch. And my hunches are coming off at the moment.
Yeah.
But gamble responsibly if you do follow this hunch. Don't take me to court. But I'm trying to find the next goal scorer market. Where's it gone? Next goal scorer. Thomas Souček is the man I'm looking for.
Okay. Well, West Ham have got a free kick here.
I've seen a lot of... it's all greyed out. Why is it all greyed out? There's a foul... there's a appeal for a handball, but it's just outside the box from what I can see, unless his hand's trailing in the penalty area. The shot came in. I think we're going to play on from that, so it's not going to be a penalty. In fact, it's going to be a free kick just on the edge of the area for West Ham in James Ward-Prowse territory, and they are VAR in this.
Yeah, they are VAR in it. Yeah,
it's right on the edge of the box. This, I think, it's just outside.
David Coots was.
It's just outside, isn't it?
Was adamant that this one was going to be looked at. The Villa players, by the way, sort of surrounded him so quickly. Oh, Augsburg! This is a huge turnaround. Looks like Augsburg are going to score a third here.
Excellent.
Extraordinary
goals
stuff.
in Germany.
Yeah, they have. 42 minutes gone. It's 3-2 to the away side.
What more do you want me to do for you out there, Clubhouse creatures? I just keep telling you goals in the Bundesliga. It's not my fault if you don't listen. I mean, I can only say it so many times.
Very true.
That's a wonderful bet.
That Girona game about to wrap up, by the way.
Can you find the goal scoring market, by the way, in the Villa game?
Let's have a look, shall we?
I've been scrolling up and down. I can't find it anymore.
Yeah. Oh no, they're all locked out at the moment.
Oh, I want Thomas Souček.
Because it's under review, I think.
I want Thomas Souček.
Yeah.
James Ward-Prowse, though.
Yeah.
He's there. Look, he's on the pitch.
He is definitely.
And he's got the ball in his. And there's only one person taking this.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, sometimes you see 3 people and you can't quite work out which one's going to take it. James Ward-Prowse is taking this. There is no doubt about it.
Are they still looking at that penalty, or have they gone there? They must have said no to that, mustn't they?
Augsburg are 3-2 up.
Yeah.
So come on, JWP, stick this in the top corner. David Moyes having a chat with a number of people in the dugout. They've got a TV in front of them. Do you reckon they're watching reruns of something?
Probably watching that episode of Catchphrase that's on our telly.
I mean, West Ham are synonymous with EastEnders. Most EastEnders play.
Oh, free kick into the wall.
Oh, it's poor.
And it is out. I thought it was going out for a throw, but actually it might be kept in here. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be a throw.
Reruns of The Sopranos or something.
Maybe. Dallas.
Just to keep themselves... That was going in as well.
Yeah.
It's actually good stuff from the wall there. They jumped and headed it away.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad effort from James
We know
Ward-Prowse.
if James Ward-Prowse steps up, you've got to create a good wall to stop that from flying in. Long throw from West Ham, not at edge of the area. Ward-Prowse hooked back in, and it's an overhead kick.
It was like a clearance.
Drift wide, yeah.
He went for an acrobatic goal-scoring attempt from just out about 8 yards out, and it would have gone to the corner flag had it had the energy to get there.
Here come Villa on the counter. Low cross is to the edge of the area, and it will be. I think West Ham will deal with that. Yeah, they will. It'll go all the way out to Areola.
We know managers, apparently their heart rates go ridiculously high during a match. Just giving them something nice and like songs of praise or something nice and kind of soporific to watch.
In the night garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just something to keep them calm.
Yeah. Here come West Ham. Here's Antonio. He's drifted out to the left. Antonio towards the byline, side netting.
He has had a terrible first half.
Yeah.
He has been, every time he's had the ball, and you used to, he's a good player. I've seen him skin plays. He's got pace. He's got strength. He has been dreadful in the first half. He should be playing for Luton on today's performance.
Just having a look at away stats for West Ham. He's only actually scored once away from home this season, and he's only averaging 1 shot per game. Whereas Jared Bowen, away from home for West Ham, has scored 4 goals. West Ham has scored 7 away from home this season, and Jared Bowen has been responsible for 4 of them. He's also averaging 3.5 shots per game on the road, Jared Bowen. So if there is a goal scorer for West Ham, if you are going to pick a goal scorer for West Ham, don't bother with Antonio. Go 3.8 for Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
And that's almost now a certainty that Antonio scores, isn't it?
That's Souček.
Oh, Souček.
I've already told you.
Yeah. Of course it is.
I already told you who's scoring the next goal.
Yeah. 43 and a half minutes played then. Just the 1 first half goal.
If Souček doesn't score the first, it's match fixed. They've basically heard me announce what's happening and have changed it on purpose. James, fun fact, this match is having, when you say this match, you mean the Villa game, is having a higher viewing than the India vs Pakistan currently on the digital app. Don't know how, says Viv. The crowds for the World Cup, I think, Viv, have been very disappointing. I've not been overwhelmed by the way India have hosted this World Cup, I have to say.
Here come West Ham. Down the right-hand side this time. Oh, he's done well.
Play.
He's done well.
Oh,
he's got into the area.
Cut it back, man. Was it Jared Bowen on the edge of the D?
Yeah, it was Kufal with the run.
Acres of space.
He did really well initially, Kufal. Got past his man.
But look at Bowen.
Yeah, he's in space, isn't he?
Acres.
Yeah.
Is it Bowen or Ward-Prowse?
No, it's not Ward-Prowse. It's too tall for Ward-Prowse. Oh, no, Ward-Prowse is there. Sorry, Ward-Prowse was further back there.
The D.
Yeah. There was actually 2 or 3 West Ham players who were unmarked.
I don't know why I'm pointing because nobody can see where I'm pointing to.
You can see, though, can't you? That...
Oh, Imarios. It's a final score in Spain. Girona 5, Almeria 2. That's your bet landed, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Marvellous.
So. You can see why Villa score goals, by the way, at home, but you can actually also see why they concede them as well. Because they are not necessarily picking men up when that ball comes in, just like that.
Nice.
Back heel into the edge of the area, and Villa have to clear. And now they're on the move here. It is Diaby. Watkins is busting a gut to get up with him.
Go on, Ollie.
Could Diaby pick him out? He's got McGinn as well. McGinn in space, edge of the area, but he takes a tumble. He's asking for a free kick. Referee's not going to... penalty maybe.
You can see why Ollie Watkins' shoulders slumped there.
Yeah.
He's done all that running to keep up with Diaby and get himself into the middle, and Paul got nowhere near him.
Nothing happened, no, you're right. So is the goal scorer in the centre circle. We have 2 minutes added on at the end of the first half. That's a loose ball, and that is cut out by West Ham. So David Moyes at half-time will be pleased with the first 5 minutes, and I think he'll be pleased with the last 5 minutes of the first half, but I think everything in between he'll be less than satisfied with. What do you think?
Well, I mean, he's basically done your team talk, isn't he? Don't score in the first 5, don't score in the last 5.
Well, they nearly scored in the first 5.
Yeah. Actually, they started too strongly.
Yeah.
That's probably going to tear him off a strip. You started far too quick.
Yeah.
You were far too good in the first 10.
Why weren't you lackadaisical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, boys, don't do anything good. Mario says, landed yes. Now have both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in the Villa game.
Well done, Marios.
Fingers crossed for you, Marios.
Well, West Ham showed a bit more willing in Marios in the last 5 minutes, so hopefully that bodes well for the second half.
And if you are like Marios and you have some bets running, tell us what you're after.
Yes, please.
We want to cheer you on.
Yes,
like we just celebrated in Marios' success. We want to celebrate yours too. So let us know on the Telegram what you are backing this afternoon.
We're all in it together, except for you get the money if it lands, and we don't.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I thought I was on a percentage of what Marios just won.
Well, that's to be discussed between you two.
Okay. Marios, you'll see me right, won't you? If I suddenly get a cheque for £10 million because Marios has just won a fortune, I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even a tenner you'd be chuffed with.
Yeah, I'll take $1.
Yeah. Here come Villa again. Can they get a second before the break? We've had 3 minutes of 2 minutes of the 2 added on.
Just checking Telegram to see if Marios is sending me a cheque for $10 million. He hasn't been confirmed yet.
Ah, okay.
Hasn't been confirmed.
Well, he's given time to write it out, James.
That's true. True. Yeah, he's got to do it.
He's
Half
got to
time.
find a pen.
It's half time. Aston Villa 1, West Ham 0. Your thoughts on that first half, Jack Critchley? And what are we thinking second half? Are we still very much in favour of both teams to score?
Yeah,
goals?
I think I am. Yeah, I've seen West Ham were disappointing in that middle period, but they started well, they ended well, and Villa were good going forward. I don't necessarily know how good they are at keeping West Ham out, and I feel like West Ham might have enough quality to get on the score sheet. I still think Villa win, but I think West Ham are good for a goal. 1-0
to Villa then, and you can get Aston Villa now at a price of 1.36. The tie 4.7. West Ham are 11. Other matches around Europe: Monaco 1 apiece against Metz in the 55th minute. Heidenheim are 3-2 down at home. In fact, Monaco have just gone ahead in the 55th minute against Metz. Heidenheim 3-2 down against Augsburg at home at half-time. So 5 goals in the first half, that German fixture. Atalanta against Genoa is still goalless in the 20th minute. And plenty of other matches further afield.
That's good news for Navidad, by the way, who needed Monaco to win that game.
Yeah, so... Marios, Navidad, good luck as you go forward with your bets this afternoon. Let's hear from Jonathan Woodgate, and we'll be back with the second half soon. See you soon, Clubhouse creatures.
Right, another question for Jonathan Woodgate. Here we go. Question from Hakan2217. As a former footballer and coach, what do you think would have happened to Stones, Trent Alexander-Arnold or Walker if they were playing 20 to 25 years ago? I would imagine that this is possibly reference to the fact that their wing-backs who charge, certainly TAA and Walker and John Stones, who likes to bring the ball out. And by the way, what a goal from John Stones last night as well, although the keeper could have done much better, in my opinion. But where do you think these players would have fitted in 20, 25 years ago in football?
All been fine. All been absolutely fine because they're all top-quality players. Stones can play. Maybe 20, 25 years ago, it wasn't always happening from the back. But John Stones can play it. Alexander-Arnold, okay, very attacking. Maybe in my day that he'd have been tucked in a lot more. But Kyle Walker, not a problem at all. Not a problem. He is. I really rate Walker. I think he's even improved even more since he's gone to Man City from Spurs. He's a first-class player, but they'd all fit in 20, 25 years ago without question, in my view.
The interesting thing about Kyle Walker, by the way, is he is an absolute athlete, isn't he? And he's 32. Now, 20, 25 years ago, 32 is pretty much at the time when people are starting to question whether you hang your boots up and that's you done and dusted. Yeah. Whereas now, Kyle Walker and the likes of look like they could play football till they're 35, 36, 37 at the top level.
Yeah, well, I think with players these days, they look after themselves a lot more.
Yeah.
And they've got that, the way of preparing for games, recovering after games, heart rate monitors on, testing how far they're running, what they're doing distance-wise. A lot of them can tell how many jumps you've made, how many accels, decels. I mean, with them now, with the sports science side of the game, that'll help the players really go on to the next level because of training. Like, for example, if we'd have played on a Saturday at Leeds, we'd have a Sunday off. We'd come in on the Monday. It'd be a hard session. Really hard. We'd run again on the Tuesday afternoon. We'd have Wednesday off. Run again Thursday, play Friday. I mean, train Friday, play Saturday. that would be unheard of now. Unheard of. Because of... Go on, sorry.
Well, no, with the sports science then, if it was because obviously the sports science departments of football clubs, certainly Premier League clubs, has exploded into life over the course of the last 10, 15 years with, technology, science, and people studying this as well. If that was around when you broke into Leeds and you'd had that from the get-go, just wondering how that would have affected you in your injuries and whether you would have had less of it.
With no question, it'd have helped. It'd have helped because, just say, for example, in a game, you'd cover, say, 10,000 kilometres in a game. And then you'd rest on a Sunday. But normally it's 48 hours after the game where your body's just recovering again. So you need that extra day. Bearing in mind, on a Monday, we'd be at it again. At it, high intensity, Tuesday again. But then to not have all the information, then that'd make a huge difference if we had it then.
Thank you. Another question for Jonathan Woodgate. Another question from Off-Branded. Who, in your opinion, is the best centre-back in the world right now? And I will add a further question to that, which is why?
Who is the best now? Virgil van Dijk.
What do you think the start he's had this season? Because he seems not quite the Virgil van Dijk of last season at the moment.
I think it's not always Virgil van Dijk. I think it's the players around him as well. I don't think he's had that part. Well, he hasn't had that partner all season. It's been changed. So they've had Matip in a couple of games. Phillips. They've
had Matip and Gomez.
Gomez played in centre half a few times, and he hasn't that real structure around him. The midfield's been missing with Henderson and Thiago at times. So for me, he's the best. He sees danger so easily. He's never on his backside. Very, very rarely you see him on his backside. Reads the game so well, can pass it, can head, is quick, can score in the other box, defends his own box. I don't see a real weakness in his game. I just don't see it.
Who was the centre half that you, if you did, when you were coming through the youth system at Leeds, and still when you broke into the Leeds first team, that you said, there's someone I'm going to watch and study and I'm going to learn a lot of? Was there a centre half that you did that with?
The viewers might. I used to watch Gary Pallister.
Yeah.
And Tony Mowbray as a young kid at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
I used to love watching Gary Pallister just because he used to bring the ball out of defence and he could run past players, but he could defend also. I've got his shirt at home, actually. Which I was looking at it today. A top move to Man United. Got in the PFA Team of the Year. Won Player of the Year. A fantastic player. And you look up to them type of players.
How close were you signing for Man United, by the way? Because I know in a rather... You actually... Was it a trial spell as a youngster at Man United? I certainly know, bizarrely, you ended up playing snooker with Sir Alex Ferguson once.
That's right. I was a cheeky young kid. And I was on trial at Man United. I'd say for about 18 months. You go on different camps with them and stuff. And every Thursday, Alex Ferguson used to come in and have a meal with all the players. And Brian Kim used to have a sing-song. And he walked in the snooker room and I was like, oh, wow. He went, who wants a game of snooker? I'm not Welsh, by the way. And I said, yeah, I'll play. I said, no, playing with him. Cheeky young kid. I said, oh, yeah, it was brilliant, though. Just to see that, a manager coming in at the room, I was like, oh.
And when your paths crossed later on, did you ever talk about that? Did he recognise you from those days, or what?
I don't think he recognised me from them. I never signed in the end. I didn't sign for them in the end. They not released me, but they said we no longer want to bring you in. So that was fair enough.
Okay. Another question for Jonathan Woodgate. We're getting close to how well do you know Jonathan, by the way, and your chance to win a 10 USDT free bet. Another question from Mellor Jones. Who was the striker who challenged you the most? Who was the most difficult that you faced?
Well, I've got three. I'd say Alan Shearer, first and foremost. He was so difficult to play against, backing in, but like in the box, he was just so sharp in the box to get his shots away. And aerially, he was difficult to play against, a real handful of a striker. Thierry Henry, his speed, his pace, his general all-round play.
You faced him on one of your debuts, didn't you? Middlesbrough, yeah.
Yeah, that was the tough. I think I got cramp after about 37 minutes. I stayed on for the whole night. I don't know how I stayed on, but I stayed on. And I'd say Luis Suarez. When I was at Stoke, I played against Suarez. And one thing that I pride myself on as a centre-back is I never really got rolled I turned when the ball was coming in because I normally met it just before it was going to their feet. Suarez was just rolling me. I was like, oh, he was so strong. And he gets his body into some strange positions and his arms, his legs, and I couldn't get near him in the game.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's go through some more of these before we move on with Behind the Bet, sportsbet.io with Jonathan Woodgate. Another question from Lolo Jones. What does the game against Athletic Bilbao on September the 22nd, 2005 mean to you? Now, I am thinking, is this the...
This is the famous debut, isn't it?
This is the debut. So you make your debut. So you've been at Real Madrid for a year, because you've been injured. We've talked about that. And then you finally make your debut against Athletic Bilbao. Obviously, the night before, you're thinking, yeah, okay. When did you find out you were playing, first of all?
The day before.
The day before.
The day before.
So you go to bed that night thinking, I'm already thinking what the game could be like or how I could play.
Yeah. You visualising the game?
Yeah.
I didn't visualise that.
No. Talk to me
You
about
wouldn't,
the
would
game.
you?
No. Well, again, you're one of 5 English players to play for Real Madrid.
Yeah. I'm not visualising getting sent off and scoring an own goal.
Right. So the own goal. Let's talk about the own goal first of all. Right. You are stood, 20 yards out, 25 yards, and there's a shot.
Yeah.
Now, your job as a defender is to stop conceding goals. Yes, to stop the ball going in the back of that. So there's a shot near you. So you do the perfectly natural thing, which is try and block the shot. That's all you do, isn't it?
Yeah, I think as a defender, you do that.
Of course you do.
In my defence, so I'd been out for, say, a year? I didn't have no practice games.
Right.
So I was
none at all. They just threw you straight in.
I was straight in. I'd trained and done about 6 weeks' work. I didn't have a practice game. I was straight in.
See, that's harsh.
So what I'm looking at in my defence is I was a bit disoriented. I didn't really know if you know what I mean. I should have been a bit over to the left. Really, I was a bit out of position. So I'm thinking to myself, that's in my defence.
Yeah.
But it's one of them things, isn't it? It's one of them things. To be fair, with the first yellow card as well, I should have been sent off because it was a terrible tackle, mistimed. And I wouldn't come across as a dirty player on the pitch. I was more well-timed. But I could have been sent off for the yellow, but I didn't think the red. I don't think I should have got a red.
Yeah, I've heard you say this. So
I shouldn't have got a red.
You think you should have got a red when you got the yellow,
yeah,
but you don't think it was a booking when you then picked up the second yellow to get a red.
Exactly right. And I think all the players agreed with me. I could have been worse.
And
I could have got a straight red.
So Real Madrid fans, especially fans of Barcelona, Real Madrid, the top sides in Spain, they are quite happy to show their displeasure. The white hankies, the booing, they are on your back straight away. But what happened when you got sent off on your debut?
I got a standing ovation.
Standing ovation.
I couldn't believe it myself, to be honest with you. I was thinking I'm going to get barracked here. I think my mother and father were in the crowd behind the goal. I think they were. They must have started the cheese off. But yeah, I got a standing ovation. I think because they realised the work that I'd put in to try and get fit. Yeah. It was well documented in the local press how hard I was working. I was learning the language, and I was making mistakes learning the language, but trying to fit into this culture and this humongous club.
What did the players, if you can remember, what did the players say to you? And what do you do when you're sent off? Do you go and have a shower, get changed, and wait for the team to come back in? I mean, or do you sit there in your kit and just feel like, this is the worst thing ever? And what were the players like with you when they came back in?
Can you imagine what I was thinking when I got sent off?
I would imagine. I can only think of about 6 swear words now that cross my mind.
Because when you get sent off, you walk down some steps.
Yeah.
And in the Bernabeu, you walk up some real steep steps.
Yeah.
And then you go to the locker room on your right-hand side. I remember just sitting there with my head in my hands thinking, oh, my God, what has happened here? I remember we were getting beat as well, I think. We ended up winning the game. I think we ended up winning the game 4-2, is that right? And I remember just being in the locker room and Ronaldo coming over to me. He said, listen, don't worry about that. Your leg's fine. And I just realised, I thought to myself, I've been out for a year now. I've just signed for this team. I'm back. And he rephrased it. He said, listen, it happens to everyone. Just move on from it. But then I remember picking up my phone and Kieran Dye going to me, that was the worst day I've ever seen in my life. I had to agree with him. It's still the worst one now.
Yeah, but it's hard. I mean, you haven't played football for a year and then you're thrown straight into first team action. That's incredibly harsh.
Yeah, I think there was that clamour for me to play and to get out there. So I don't think there was time to make all these friendlies up. So,
And then,
yeah, straight in.
as we said, you scored in the Champions League at the Bernabeu against Rosenborg. Literally, what was it? A week or two later,
Yeah, I think
something
it was
like that.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
But that was probably that was an incredible feeling.
48th minute equaliser, losing 1-0 at half time, and then went on to win 4-1. You were the bedrock of that victory. So let's counterbalance the.
The assist was good.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it already.
You don't like this one?
Hello, Koki.
You don't like this one?
I'm liking it better
We've won
now.
10 free spins,
I'm liking
everybody.
it better now.
Anything that's got free in it's good.
Yeah.
There's a free spin. There's another free spin. And another free spin. It'd be nice if they won. That one.
That's all right. 12 times it by 3. We'll have that.
And this is all free. Come on. Go again. Go again.
Oh, got times 20 there. Got a times 20 there.
Go on. Go again. Oh, this is huge. Look at that. Look at that. What we've just won. Have you seen what we've just won, everybody? Have you seen what we've just won? It's not just a mega win. This is humongous. You see what we just won? I'm getting all squeaky because I'm excited. Look at this. Oh. I told you we should have put more on.
What the hell have we just done?
We're in profit now. Get in. I like this game.
What the hell did we just do?
We've just won.
A lot.
We've just won a lot of money. Look at that. That's the free spins that we just had. We've won 1,423 off the freebies. We need more free spins. It's the future, Gav.
Covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. This is Clubhouse TV.
Still waiting for the repeat fee checks for that. Every time I play that, I'm thinking that's got to be worth something, hasn't it? Image rights and everything. But anyway, Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. Fun, fast and fair. James and Jack taking you through. And they're about to kick off again at Villa Park with the scoreline 1-0 to the hosts. They've had that tremendous run at home, 10 straight wins. They're looking for a number 11. At the moment, Jack, they're in prime position to do exactly that.
Yeah, they're in the driving seat for it, aren't they, at the moment? And they've looked pretty good, barring West Ham mounting a few attacks late on in that first half and starting pretty quickly. Villa were in complete control during that sort of middle bit of the game of the first half. So I expect more of the same. I expect a bit more from West Ham in this second half. I imagine if Moyes hasn't got in their ears, he's at least come up with a plan to do something about it in the second half. I still think we'll see goals here, James. I'm not wavering from that belief.
So do I. I mean, we've had another little meeting in the car park and decided this still stays 2-2. This is 2-2.
Yeah.
As it is Villa coming forward, though, and down and a free kick. So a Villa free kick on the edge of the penalty area towards the right-hand side of their attack. India on the verge of success. 7 runs needed, 18 balls. Virat Kohli just 7 short of a second consecutive century in the World Cup. So India continue, as they have done all the way through this tournament, looking absolutely brilliant and not too far away from notching up another victory against a very impressive New Zealand side as well. So that's a big win, tested today, and India look as if they're going to come through unscathed. But a free kick on the right-hand side of their attack. It's going to be swinging left-footed by the looks of it by Luca Dean. And it's got squared, edge of the area. Douglas Luiz, dinked in, back post, headed back across. No, it's going to be cleared by West Ham. So West Ham able to get the ball away. You can see from the screen that 61% possession for Aston Villa so far in this match. 10 shots to 6, 4 shots on target to 1, 5 corners to 1. So the corners, don't discount that second half.
No, is that going to be a corner?
That isn't a corner. I think that's
he
a goal
took it out,
kick.
didn't he? Yeah.
But corners, particularly for Villa, looking like a good bet, I think, because they go through this second half. In fact, let's have a look at the corners markets, Jack. See where we can get some value on the corners. Total corners market over 11.5 is 2.08. So basically, we just need the same again.
Yeah, and you could also back Villa on the corner handicap as well. -4.5 is where the corner handicap is currently set.
I'll tell you
that is 2.1.
I'll tell you the bet I'll take.
Yeah.
Race to 9 corners.
Oh, yes.
Aston Villa are 3.
Mm-hmm.
They need 4 corners in the second half for that to land.
Yeah, they had 5, haven't they? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need less in the second half than they got in the first half, and it's a 3 shot. So that is just a price play there. There's no science really to corners markets. You can obviously got the stats and everything, but on the way they've played, on the way they've accumulated corners so far, I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility they can get 4 corners in the second half.
Absolutely. We didn't get that goal for Go Ahead Eagles, by the way, who absolutely dominated the second half, but they could not find a way through. They had 16 shots to 4 in that second half, and Sparta didn't register a single effort on goal, but 0-0 it finishes there in the Netherlands. And that is it for Dutch football this weekend. There's no more. Still games later on to come, by the way. Even after we're gone tonight, Lyon against Clermont in France. AC Milan Juventus could be a good game as well. And Barcelona Athletic Bilbao will almost certainly be a good game.
If Aston Villa hold on to 3 points today, if they hold on for 3 points today, they will move up to 5th in the Premier League table. They'll only be 2 points behind Manchester City after 9 games played. I would imagine if you'd asked asked Dracula at the start of this, Unai Emery, whether he would have accepted that at this stage of the season, I would have thought he'd have bitten your neck off and your hands off and everything else off.
Unless you, of course, stunk of garlic, in which case he probably would have made a swift exit.
Or had some kind of cross erected in front of you.
I would also say as well,
here's
a Villa corner, I think it's probably more impressive given that Villa were also negotiating European football. And not only negotiating European football, they were in those earlier rounds of the Europa League, weren't they? The qualifiers. So they had to start. I know they only played Hearts. Was it Hearts or Hibs? It was Hibs, wasn't it? I know they only played Hibs, but still starting earlier and playing a lot of Thursdays and still being that high up in the table, I think is such an impressive feat. So Villa going well.
Corner played short by Aston Villa. If you took that bet for them to get the race to 9, there's 1 closer. You only need 3 from here. For that 3 to land. Penalty Aston Villa, says Slissy.
Oh, okay.
Right, let's have a look at this. Are Aston Villa going to get a penalty? There's the shout. We've seen the incident.
Oh, he's
pointed to the spot.
Now it will be checked. But
that looks soft to me.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
But we haven't seen it close up. We haven't seen the replay.
We were behind it, so it's quite hard to see. But so this is obviously ahead of us.
So will it be... Let's have a look at this. Let's get a better angle. Paqueta with the ball. Played in. I don't know.
Tangle of legs. We mentioned that over 1.5 second half goals at 1.71 was a play. We'll be halfway there with this.
There's contact.
Yeah.
There is contact. And to kind of, if they are going to overrule it, they need to see something that actually screams it's not a penalty.
Yeah.
So this penalty will stand, I think.
Indeed. So is this Watkins?
I hope so. Douglas
Luiz. Oh, no, Douglas Luiz. He was
2 or more.
6.1, 2 or more.
Unless.
I don't think you talked me out of it.
Unless he misses. Unless this is the foil and he passes it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because we see that a few times. But it looks like Douglas Luiz from the spot. He's going to score as well.
Got to get his socks up first.
So now it's 7 in 6.
Yeah.
Wow, what a record that is.
Let us know if anyone backed that 6.1 for him to score 2 or more today.
What a record that is for a midfielder.
I know, yeah.
He needs to come into my fantasy team. I wish I brought him in 6 weeks ago.
He'll have a dry run now if you bring him in.
Unless this is the rebound and Watkins gets a rebound. Come on.
Let's have a look. Here he comes. Steps up. Big breath.
Douglas Luiz.
Jinks to the left and scores.
He scores. It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. 2-0. And it's looking good for Aston Villa. 2-0 up against West Ham. And we have said we're expecting a response for West Ham, but we're not actually really getting one. And Aston Villa are doing the job, aren't they?
After 52 minutes, that's the Villa over 1.5 landed at least. That was short, but it's in. And now we just need a West Ham goal to pull one back. But 2-0, Douglas Luiz at the double. And it's a good penalty, that, isn't it?
Right down the middle.
But even if the keeper had stayed where he was, might have gone to ground and still not got there.
If he'd stayed where he was, it would have hit him on his left shoulder, I think.
Yeah. But sometimes keepers stay down the middle and sometimes they go down, don't they? In the middle. But I think you're right. I think it would have been about shoulder height.
Have I seen one where somebody goes down the middle and the keeper doesn't move and just catches it and goes, yeah?
I think there has definitely, but I feel like I've seen one, but I can't
kind of goes,
I can't work out who it was.
That's Foxy, isn't it?
Yeah. Fenerbahce, by the way, 3 goals up on Hatayspor. Edin Dzeko has got the third there. They're absolutely cruising, Fenerbahce.
India have won in the Cricket World Cup, so they remain atop of the standings. So Aston Villa against West Ham, 2-0 to Villa. Let's run through the games around the rest of Europe, and I'll bring them up on the screen as we do. Got Heidenheim against Augsburg. That's into the 7th minute of the second half, probably a little bit beyond that because our stats are always a couple of minutes behind. 52% possession for Heidenheim, 7 shots to 5, 3 shots on target apiece, 5 corners to 3. So there's a corners match as well. You can maybe double up the corners in the Villa game and the German Bundesliga game. 3 yellow cards in that one so far.
Heidenheim started fast in the second half, by the way.
Are we going to go more goals?
I think I would go one more Heidenheim goal in that. So over 2.5 Heidenheim goals, 1.7, I think is where I'd look.
Girona against Almeria has that finished now?
Yeah,
yes, it's finished 5-2. So I'll take that off our machine. Monaco against Metz is coming towards the end of that one as well, isn't it? 76 minute there, 2-1. Monaco coming from behind, 77% possession though, 23 shots to 7, 12 on target to 2, 7 corners to 2. If they don't win that, then they can kick themselves, can't they? Because they have been on top.
13 of those 23 shots have been in the second half as well. So one more goal is not beyond the realms of possibility there. 1.8 for over 3.5 goals in the game. Yeah. And another Monaco goal can be backed at 2.05.
Marius is looking for West Ham to score because if you remember, we had that over 2.5, both teams to score discussion. That's still got every chance, I think, in Marius. Yeah. We've still got 35 minutes left in this match. So
get a card here as well. Have you got the stats for Atalanta Genoa on yours?
I know. I will get those in a second.
Thank you.
I am just going to look at something.
Yeah.
Because we left the boys last night with the task of taking you across the line with the yellow cards, didn't we? I know there were 5 in the first game in the evening, and there 4. You finished one short, didn't you? Oh, Clubhouse creatures, we do apologise. Gav, hang your head in shame. Me and Jack did our bit. We left it in your hands and you let them down.
Free kick in from Villa, nodded away by Kurt Zuma, only as far as the edge of the area. And that
corner for Aston Villa.
Off the defender Alvarez, and it's a corner.
So, basically from here, we only need 2 more to land the 3 on the race to 9.
Tell you what, it was short.
That's easy money.
It was short pre-match, but Villa were 1.53 to win the corner count, which in hindsight looks a fantastic bet.
Douglas Luiz getting a round of applause from the Aston Villa faithful in that corner because he's got the 2 goals so far for the home side. So they'll be shouting his name. I don't know if he's got a crowd chant. Oh, Douglas Luiz.
I think it's just Douglas.
Luiz. Luiz is a girl's name, but he's called Douglas and he's our midfielder. That's probably not the right words.
No, I don't think you've been to Villa Park recently, have you?
No, I haven't been to Villa Park since Euro 96.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Let's hope that we do get this West Ham goal, shall we? Just one? That's all we want? Aha! Something's coming up here. Let's wait and see. So it's actually in the Villa half at the
moment.
What's
coming up? Who's coming up? What's coming up?
West Ham might be coming up with something.
Oh.
Here they come. Down the right-hand side this time.
Goal ham, says Genetics. Goal says O. O? Who are you, O? Hello, O. Nice to see you.
Edge of the area. It takes a big deflection. Oh.
Get Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
You said Jared Bowen. Don't take Antonio. Take Jared Bowen.
Will it be his, though, because it goes in off?
I think it was probably going to be on target, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, 2-1. The 2-2 still on then, but we've got a goal. It's 2-1 to Aston Villa now. And Marios, well done again, because you went over 2.5 and both teams to score. Ka-ching. Bet Lounge, gamble responsibly always, everybody.
Goal, says Viv.
But we will celebrate.
I think it will be.
Do you reckon?
Oh, maybe not. Flash score's given it to Jared Bowen, but let's just see.
I think the shot's on target.
Yeah, let's have a look.
I mean, it's hard to tell from that angle.
Yeah.
But you'd have, if it was going to go well wide and it gets a ricochet, it's an own goal. But if it's on target and it gets a little bit of a nick, they tend to give it to the attacker then, don't they? Koki says Bowen. Viv goes, as you say, own goal. I
think Villa could have closed him down a bit quicker there, I must admit. Not that we're complaining, because it lands a lot of bets, that. But
2-0's the worst lead to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the team. That's part of the team talk. Start really slowly, lads. We don't want you to score in the first 20 minutes. And please don't get 2-0 up.
Definitely don't want you to go 2-0 up.
Don't go 2-0 up. If you get 1-0 up, don't score again. Because we don't like it. 2-0's the worst lead to have.
Inspirational stuff, that would be. Yeah. So 57 minutes, and we've got a game on our hands here, haven't we?
Game on.
Yeah.
Game on in the Premier League.
West Ham now foraging forward, but Villa snuff out the danger.
You wanted the stats for Atalanta.
Oh, yes, please. That would be great. It's half-time 0-0 there.
I will add them to this system.
Yeah.
So Atalanta against
I'll give
Genoa.
you the prices. Atalanta 1.8, Genoa 8.0, and the draw is 2.7. Over 1.5 goals in that game is available at 2.3 now.
Matteo's been on. That goal opens back up our previous show predictions from Neil Mellor and Paul Robinson. Paul was cruising to a much-needed win before that. Oh, Paul Robinson, you're letting Leeds down badly with your performance against Liverpool's Neil Mellor. 0-0, as you say, 58% possession, 4 shots apiece. 4 of those have been on target. All 4 have been on target from Atalanta.
Okay, yeah.
Only 1's been on target from Genoa. 5 corners to 1 to the hosts.
Okay, right. So the hosts are definitely on top. They're 1.8 to win it. I was taking the pre-match, so I'd be happy with that. Yeah.
Ball played in, punched away by the Villa keeper, and all of a sudden West Ham have just woken up, haven't
They've come to life, haven't they? Oh, that's a good delivery to the back post, and it's not directed.
They made a mistake though, because Souček was supposed to score that goal, wasn't he?
Yeah. Here come. No, he wasn't, because I said Bowen.
Why have we got Gollum's shrieking out to Matteo? Viv's got a gif with Matt.
Here come West Ham again, by the way. Ball looking for Bowen, who's made the run. And Villa clear their lines for now, but still deeply entrenched in their own half here, Villa.
What's this genetics gif?
Can't find it clear. Here they come. Down the right then. Villa have found an opening.
Stop talking about football. I'm looking at the gifs on Telegram.
West Ham, you're GIF mad, aren't you? West Ham will close the door on that, but Villa still have possession inside the centre circle. The goal scorer moving forward, but that's probably that's not in character with the rest of his performance. That was a poor ball forward.
The best gifs have Scarlett Johansson in them, don't they? Really.
Here comes Bowen again.
That's a good pass. Bowen cross.
Antonio in the box. Can't find him.
He tried to measure that pass, that cross, didn't he? And didn't measure it very well.
Antonio had come to the near post, which I think always makes it a bit harder, because if he just gone to the back post, he could have walloped that across and hoped for the best.
Matteo, not Boo Matt. That's the other Matt. Matteo. We need to think of something for Matteo.
Now there's a player down here, Zaniolo, rolling around.
Everybody's talking to. But basically, me and him have been sat here for hours talking to you, and now Matteo sent in one message, and you're sending him loads of messages back. I mean, we won't take offence. He's not even here today. Honestly, I don't know why we bother, Jack.
Should we jack it in now?
Yeah, should we go?
Yeah.
We'll leave you in the capable hands of Matteo, who's not even here. Yeah. So if you're watching Matteo, take it over on the Telegram. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good day, and we'll see you soon. Matteo's now bouncing. Oh, look at him swaggering. Now Matteo's taking the mickey out of us. Got a swaggering. Oh, I like that from Silco. Rowan Atkinson with King Matt with the crown on. Honestly. Matteo Cavalieri. That sounds a very kind of romantic kind of name, doesn't it?
I'm sure he's a romantic man. Yeah. Back to football just momentarily.
No.
In Turkey, Fenerbahce are 3-0 up on Hatayspor. They've had expected goals of 1.37. They've had 8 shots, 5 of those on target, and they've had the majority of possession and corners as well. Have a look at some more second half goals in that game in Turkey. I know that it doesn't always necessarily work like that, but have a look at 2 more Fenerbahce goals. So over 4.5 Fenerbahce goals is 1.84 if you want to check that out. That looks like it might be one way in. You could also have a look at fast markets, of course, and get involved in 5-minute markets. It's half time now, but when that restarts, you can have a look at 5, 10 or 15-minute markets.
Beautifully done. I'll, if you're going to do it that well, I'll let you go back to football.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. So we're going to have a potential change here for...
Zaniolo's coming back on the field.
He's been off, hasn't he? Yes.
Yeah. And he's asking to come on. He's waving his hands. He's gesturing, saying, "Can I come on?"
Augsburg 4-2. German goals. German goals. German goals. All I have to tell you. That's all I need to say. Goals.
I still think Heidenheim get another, by the way. Here come Villa.
I'll get the markets up for that game, because I reckon another couple of goals in that match is not beyond the realms. It's greyed out at the moment on the outrights, but let's have a look. Yeah, we just have to wait for them to settle back down after that goal's been registered by the guys with the abacuses. I feel West Ham will come back, says Silco.
They've certainly had the bit between their teeth, haven't they, since they scored it? Here they are again. Here's Antonio centrally, waiting for support.
Remember
now he gets
when
it.
his pass went astray in the first half, West Ham suddenly stopped playing, but he actually found his man that time. Maybe that's a sign.
Yeah. Here they come, this time down the left. They've had to go backwards because Villa have closed the door. And it's gone all the way back to the halfway line.
Where was the door?
It was ajar, that's why they closed it. In fact, they slammed it shut.
Slammed it shut. We're not having it.
Like the old transfer window.
Stand back.
Yeah.
You're not coming through. So
it's going to be a corner to West Ham.
So 4-2 to Augsburg.
Yeah.
So over 7.5 goals in that game is 2.95. So
I think that's all right, yeah.
That's another couple of goals. You've got 25 minutes-ish plus stoppage time. So you've got probably about half an hour.
Yeah.
If not a little bit more, maybe.
And you could back, if you wanted, another Heidenheim goal at 2.1 and another Augsburg goal separately at 2.3. So you've got options there on both sides of the fence.
Yes. You take whichever option suits you best. Gamble
or take
responsibly.
both, I guess.
Yeah, we'll take them all.
Yeah.
But always gamble responsibly.
Oh, yeah. Here's that West Ham corner then.
Only time not to gamble responsibly is when you get a free bet. Then you can do whatever you like with that. It's not your money.
Corner in. Oh, it's a high one towards the back post. Bit of head tennis, edge of the area. Hook back in, and that's another corner.
Now West Ham are coming back.
Suddenly Villa winning the corner count.
Have we won the race to 9 yet?
No, 7-7.
Oh, they can't come back from 7-3
now, yeah.
They can't come back to win the race to 9 from 7-3.
Surely not, no.
They can't deny.
Well, if Villa are in front with 5 minutes to go, they're going to have to time waste.
Do they not know I'm on a hot streak?
They're going to have to time waste, aren't they, Villa? So they're going to have to get down that other end anyway to waste a bit of time.
Matteo was typing something else and he thought better of it. So well done, Matteo. Good choice.
There's a torrent of abuse towards you. VAR are checking this here.
Ooh. Well, there's nothing to check, is there?
Is it a handball?
Oh, even if it grazed his hand, it was from about 3 inches away.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in that. No.
There was only one person trying to handle the ball there, and that was a keeper, and he never got through to him.
Not for me, that.
Silko says penalty, question mark.
Is it handball they're checking?
I think they've scrolled on. I think we're okay. Corner to be taken from the far side. Can West Ham come back? I'm going to ask you your best bet after this corner.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, ball's headed behind. Is that goal kick? It's a goal kick. So a goal kick is the... everything just dies down a little bit. But yeah, we've had plenty to talk about in this second half so far. We've had that goal for West Ham, which has brought them back into it. West Ham now 18.5, 1.27 for Aston Villa, 5 for the tie.
Another corner.
Oh, how rude. Ward-Prowse with the... Oh, I don't mind if it's headed in from a Ward-Prowse corner. We'll see this corner, then I'll ask you for your best bet.
7-4 now on the corner count.
They can't, can they? Got to win the race to 9 from that far back. Headed over. They're not going to win it from that. That's great play from Jared Bowen. So anyway, best bet time. Jack Critchley, we're going to put you in the spotlight. I want your best bet right now.
Hello, yes. With us discussing in the car park pre-show that we thought it was a bit too twosy this game. Over 1.5 West Ham goals, given their attacking intent.
14.5 was the 2-2-y.
Yeah, over 1.5 West Ham goals is now available at 2.5. So that's where my metaphorical money is going.
I mean, if it ends up being 2-2, I mean, we can walk out of this studio with our heads held very high.
I will take mine off and I will hold it like that. I will lift it like that.
Our heads would be so high.
Yeah.
It would be high, very high. 2-1 to Aston Villa. As Aston Villa are coming forward, that's offside though. It's also a very poor pass. So not a lot of going there. As Aston Villa's kind of good attacks are kind of more few and far between, and West Ham's good attacks are getting a little bit more numerous.
Yeah, I'm interested in the booking market as well here because we've only had one so far and we still got time. Bookings tend to come out a bit later in games, don't they, when fouls are totted up. We've still got over 20 minutes plus injury time. I think over 2.5 total bookings in this game at 1.75 is quite tempting as legs get tired. I think both sets of teams will start to commit men forward, and maybe more fouls will ensue. So yeah, I'd take that. Over 1.7, over 2.5 bookings at 1.75.
Have we spoken about the Villarreal Alaves game?
Not yet, because there's not much happened.
I'll bring it onto the screen because Villarreal 58% possession so far. All the shottage has come to the visitors, though. Alaves have had 4 shots. One of those has been on target. They've also had both corners so far. There's been 3 yellow cards in the first 25 minutes. So maybe that's a cards play.
It's also all come in sort of the last 10 minutes as well. They actually made quite a slow start. But there's a goal under review in that game at the moment, James.
But the 3 cards in 25 minutes would just awaken my interest in the cards markets there. Because if he's already started doling them out.
Let's see who scored. There's a goal under review, it's saying. So someone's netted. And we're just trying to find out whether it stands.
Klajdi. Hello, Klajdi. Are you watching, Klajdi? It's James and it's Jack in the studio. I don't think I've spoken to you before.
Hello, Klajdi.
Klajdi. Hello, welcome. Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. Fun, fast and fair. We're here for every single Premier League, Europa League, Champions League match, plus probably a few more things besides. So if the football's on, churn us on, and we will try and give you some winning bets along the way. Always gamble responsibly, Klajdi, and tell us where you are watching from. Very good to have you with us today.
And I might be in the pundit's chair, Klajdi, but he is the man on fire at the moment.
I am smouldering, Klajdi.
Yeah.
I am so hot. They are starting to think that I am responsible for global warming.
Well, I'm feeling singed in the studio. Here come West Ham, cross into the middle, cut out. No one was there. No one had gambled. I don't think they've given this goal. No, they haven't in the Villarreal Alaves game, so that's not standing.
We just had an email, actually, on the studio email address from Greta Thunberg, who says, can you please calm down, James? It's doing my job no good at all. I'm trying to get rid of global warming, and you're just heating the planet up with your winning bets, she said. I'm sorry, Greta, but this is my job. I've got to do it.
By the way, it was Alaves who scored that goal that had been disallowed. They are 1.65 Alaves, just a score in that game. And Monaco have won. Monaco have won. They are 2-1 was the score in the end.
Talk about taking risks, passing it out from the back. Nearly whipped off the keeper's toes there. West Ham are battling for every ball at the moment. They sense that they are back in this game. They have got the momentum, and they are really snapping at the heels of every one of the Aston Villa players. But Aston Villa get the ball out now, try and break downfield with it. A temporary bit of respite for the defence, but possibly. Jared Bowen getting a lot more of the ball on the right-hand side for West Ham now, but it's Villa to the byline. Cross comes in. Nobody's there because nobody's made the journey forward. Zaniola's going to pick up the ball on the left-hand side, and it's still with Aston Villa, but that's a poor ball. It's lazy stuff there from Zaniola, and West Ham are able to clear their line. Silko says, James have Q. Is the free bet a secret, says Silko? No, it's not, Silko. In fact, we haven't totted it up, have we?
No, we haven't, no.
Let me do my job properly. Douglas Luiz was 6 + 6, so that's
12.
And then Jared Bowen, on the back of his shirt, he's 20. So 20 + 12 is?
32.
We're on to 32. We need 50 in terms of the shirt numbers. So we're 18 short, everybody.
Yeah.
In the next 20 minutes, we need goal scorers with more than 20 on their backs. And then free bet lands.
So here are the possibilities. Zaniolo, Kamara. We've got Aguerd, Emerson. Or Alvarez would just see us short. That's it. We need someone to come off the bench. Maybe Dendoncker. He's got a 32. Bailey, we mentioned him earlier. He's got a 31 on his back.
What's the one with 70-something?
That is Kellyman, 71. Ogbonna's 21.
Absolute pleasure, Silko.
Danny Ings is 18, so that would get us close. Ben Rama's 22.
Well, Danny Ings would get us there, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I suppose he would,
32.
Yeah.
32 + 18 is what?
That's exactly 50. Yeah.
He's not daft.
So if Ings comes on, scores against one of his former clubs, I think.
Hakan says, come on, Jared.
Yeah.
Is that for the free bet? Is that for your fantasy team, Hakan? Probably both.
Yeah.
But
that's fine.
Good luck. Well, it's not because I haven't got him in my fantasy team.
I've put the remaining 15 minutes of Heidenheim Augsburg on, by the way, because it seems like such a great game. So we're watching that in the studio now as well.
I could do with
a West Ham corner.
Ollie Watkins scoring twice would get them across the line, wouldn't it? That'd be all right for my fantasy team. Who else did I say? Matty Cash would have to score. How many do we need? 18.
He's a 2.
He needs to score 9 goals.
Yeah,
to get us to 50.
Or have a quick change of number.
Probably asking for a little bit too much. And James Ward-Prowse would need to get a hat-trick.
Do you want to the corner count in this game now?
Oh, don't tell me.
Villa 7, West Ham 6.
This is just ridiculous. They're going to win the race to 9.
The tide has turned here, hasn't it?
You'd have got a really good price on West Ham to win the race to 9 from where they were.
Or even West Ham over 3.5 second half corners. You'd have got loads of money on that.
Corner comes in, and it's straight into the hands of the keeper. Tame and easily dealt with by Martinez, who's got down clutching his right hamstring.
Ah, that's a concern then, isn't it?
Aguerd has a goal in him from a set piece, as Matteo Cavalieri of Skipton.
Let's have a look at this Heidenheim Augsburg game. If we are talking about corners, by the way, we've not had that many actually in that game, but Heidenheim are pushing to get back into this. So maybe back them to get the next corner at 2.0 could be the way in there. They've had more corners and more in the second half so far.
Matteo.
Oh, I think we might have another goal.
Oh, have we? Who for?
I think it might be for the
Ollie
Villains.
Watkins. Come on, Ollie. Come on, Ollie. Come on, Ollie. Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins. It can't be Douglas Luiz hat-trick,
No, it's towards Watkins.
It's towards
Watkins is chasing.
He's got the ball on the left-hand side penalty area. He's going to get it onto his left foot. He shoots.
He's gone for
He
goal!
scores. Oliver Watkins, in my fantasy team, has made it 3-1 to Aston Villa. Over 3.5 lands. That's next another 11 to the tally. What is 32 plus 11, Jack Critchley?
It is 43.
We're 7 short. A John McGinn goal gets us home from here. Oh, I like that goal.
And I tell you what, in terms of our pre-match goal scorers, Jared Bowen, tick. Ollie Watkins, tick. Douglas Luiz, tick. 3 ticks.
James Ward-Prowse, nervous tick.
Yeah. But that's pretty good in terms of the goal score. I'm pretty pleased with that. 3-1 Villa. The 2-all's off the table, I'm afraid.
He should not have been beaten from that angle, should he?
No, definitely not, no. But is he still carrying a slight injury from
He's
before?
thinking he was going for the cross, I think, wasn't he? I think he thinks that ball's going to get cut back, and he's just taken by surprise there, Areola. Done and dusted, says Silco. Not quite. We need the free bet to land. We're on to 43. So fingers crossed for you, because 6 from Douglas Luiz plus 6 from Douglas Luiz makes 12. Jared Bowen has 20 on his back. That took us to 32. Ollie Watkins has got 11 on his back. That's taken us to 43. We need 7 more Clubhouse creatures for the free bet to land. Good luck.
Yeah, John McGinn's the one, isn't he? Anyone with... so essentially...
Ward-Prowse.
Ward-Prowse.
He'd be better.
Yeah. Essentially anyone apart from...
Matty Cash.
Matty Cash and Ezri Konsa now, I think. Oh, Kurt Zuma, we don't want him to score.
Or I'll take... well, he's the cat kicker, isn't he? I don't like him anyway.
Kufal. No, he's got 5 on. We don't want him to score.
I don't like people that kick cats, Jack.
No, I don't.
No.
I like cats. I prefer to stroke them, personally.
Hakan says probably another Douglas Luiz goal, and we're going to be 1 short.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's the spirit, Hakan. You think positive, man.
Blue sky thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 15 minutes left, though. Not in a bad position just to get 1 more goal from someone with 7 or above.
I mean, the 50 was a beautiful number, wasn't it? It just kept us tantalising.
Here comes Villa again.
Yeah, good ball, good ball. Not
good
ball, actually, overhit ball. Overhit ball. But 3-1 to Villa. So now looking fairly safe. They're going to win today, doesn't it? It's West Ham's comeback may have been snuffed out by that Ollie Watkins goal. And that will take them to 5th place. 19 points, just 2 short of Man City and Arsenal, 1 behind Liverpool and Spurs. That is not bad for Aston Villa, is it?
No, another goal in this game is 1.8.
I can see
another one.
No, I can see it.
Yeah.
In fact, if I shut my eyes, I can see it now.
Who's
James Ward-Prowse, free kick, 95th minute.
Yeah.
The Clubhouse creatures are saying it should never have been 50. It's too many. James, what have you done to us? James Ward-Prowse with 7 on his back. He gets there, he curls it over the wall into the top corner, and you all eat your words. That just told you what's going to happen. You can turn off now.
And we all have a sharp intake of breath. We wait for VAR just to make sure it's allowed. But it will be if it's a free kick, I suppose.
That's very beautiful. Top screen, Jack.
That's Mamma Mia, that.
Where is that?
I don't know, wherever Mamma Mia's set.
That's that Greece, isn't it? That's beautiful. There's a big kind of lagoony kind of place with yachts
lemons on the trees.
Yeah. I mean, you can't see this TV picture that we can see, but it's very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fancy going somewhere in the middle of November. Maybe I'll go there.
Yeah, James is going to take himself away during the international break.
Yeah.
Any suggestions? Let us know. West Ham trying to forge a way through, but Martinez has jumped on it.
Oh, I could see myself there, Jack. In my little mankini.
Yeah. Hoping that no one else can see you there in your mankini, to be honest.
How dare you?
Private retreat.
They'll be queuing around the block.
To get away.
What is this programme, anyway?
It's something about Mamma Mia. I don't know much about the film Mamma Mia. Yeah.
No, I've lost interest now then.
Yeah. But a lovely location.
I could maybe suffer listening to ABBA in that kind of surroundings.
Is that part of the agreement? If you're going to lie here on this sunbed with your sun lounger with your mankini on, you've got to listen to Money, Money, Money on a loop.
Yeah. Waterloo. In Marios, the Hakan says, I'm not making the rules. Murphy does. And Silko says, they said all of this, James. Laughy emojis when I did my thing about Ward-Prowse. In the 95th minute. Don't you forget that. When it happens, you're going to be thinking, wow, he's amazing.
Well, it's going to be interesting when West Ham get a free kick on the edge of the area in the 95th minute, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Clubhouse creatures will just be thinking, wow, that James, he's incredible.
Here come Villa, though.
Come on, Ollie. Come on, Ollie Watkins.
Marauding towards the edge
Let's
of the area.
Let's have some more from you.
This time the angle is reduced by West Ham, and he's given it straight to Ward-Prowse, actually it was, who cut it out.
Hakan says, are we going to get another goal?
I think so, Hakan. I think
Mamma Mia emoji
more.
from Silko. He's buying into the ABBA trend.
Yeah. Got ITV1 on this. That's got it on at the moment.
I was the
James's future holiday destination.
With golden hair. I want to sing it out to everybody. I don't know the other words.
I think that was probably enough, wasn't it?
I like to think that I give people enough just to keep them happy.
Yeah.
Without really just kind of overexciting them.
Yeah. You know when on iTunes you used to be able to listen to 30 seconds of a song if you hadn't bought it. It's a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here comes Antonio. He's left his marker for dead. He's gone for goal. Oh! Bowen throws himself at it.
Even if he got his head to that, he'd have put it to the corner flag. He was never going to get the right angle.
Worth a go, though, wasn't
he tried, didn't he, bless him?
Yeah, worth a go.
He tried. West Ham haven't given up then, have they?
They've got a free kick here.
Oh, Navidart's got good points this week in the fantasy.
Leon Bailey's on, by the way, now. Leon Bailey wearing 31.
Oh, Navidart's got Ollie Watkins too. He's got Trippier as well as me, but he's also got Captain Salah.
Right.
Well played, Navidart. That's probably going to put you ahead of me. Were you ahead of me already? Can't remember.
But, so, a couple of things here. Bailey's on, wearing 31, and we like him for a home goal. And it is also a West Ham free kick, although James Ward-Prowse is not going to go for goal from here.
Oh, no, it's too early. 95th minute, I said.
Yeah, I know, yeah. He's warming up.
Mario says, let's go, James. Been a long time since you sang. I know. I kind of try and ration it, Marios. It gets you all too much in a frenzy. Hakan says, still players to play. Looks pretty good, Navidart. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Yeah. Navidart's doing rather too well. I've got, at the moment, 49 points this week in the fantasy. Hang on a second. I might have got more than that.
Does that include this lot?
I've got 53. That's the live.
Oh, live.
So if you actually played it properly, you'd know how it worked.
Yeah, would you? Yeah.
Honestly,
I can't remember my password.
You're a disgrace, Critchley. You really are.
Yeah.
An absolute disgrace. Yeah, I'm on to 53 points now because Ollie Watkins is up to 9. He's bound to get some bonus points as well if he's got an assist under. What's the bonus points? Douglas Luiz losing the bonus point stakes with Ollie Watkins in line to get 2.
Here's Jarrod Bowen. It's flicked away, and that will be another corner for West Ham.
Oh,
right.
My word.
What are we on now? 7-all.
Well, the bet's on the life support machine.
Yeah, it's 7-all in terms of corners. Wow. Who'd have saw that coming? Not us.
Well, I didn't.
No,
I was quite happy about the 3 on Aston Villa to get the race to 9.
Yeah.
I mean, they still might get the race to 9. Imara says I've got 58 points plus 3 Spurs players left to play. I've got some Spurs players tomorrow, Marios. I've got Son and Maddison still to make the journey into the middle for me. So two for me. I would imagine you've probably got both of those, Marios.
That corner was flung in with some ferocity, and it will be cleared. It is going to still be in West Ham possession, though.
If anybody's got Spurs players, it's likely to be Son and Maddison plus somebody else. And so points make prizes. I was before this weekend started, I was 4th in the sportsbet.io
really?
league. Yes, Jack, I was.
Where are you now?
I am currently, I was 8th overnight.
Mm.
My captaincy gamble this week didn't work. Rasmus let me down, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't score, did he? No.
Useless. Useless sack of potatoes he is.
Danish potatoes.
So I might actually take him to one side and release him into the wild.
Give him his marching orders.
I quite like the look of him, though. I must admit, I think they've made of the signings Manchester United have made. He's the most exciting. He looks like he's somebody that, 'cause he's only young, isn't he? Still,
yes, yeah.
He looks like somebody that can grow into that shirt and maybe be a fixture for them for a while.
And he has had a few back injuries as well that he's still sort of getting over as well, isn't he? So I still don't know if he's 100% fully fit. Here come Villa. Down the left hand side, 83 minutes played.
Yeah, Morris has got the two I mentioned plus Udogie. He was good, isn't he? Played well for Italy in their massive defeat to England.
Here's John McGinn. Oh, he's got a 7 on his back. Shoot.
They're going backwards.
Yeah.
Come on, we need somebody to score. We need basically one goal pretty much lands it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Unless we're very unlucky.
I've just remembered that I said over 3.5 goals in this game at the start of the match.
Well, when the 4th goal went in, Jack, I didn't forget that.
Did
and
you
I
not?
actually reminded you of it, and
Did
you
you?
obviously weren't listening.
Was I not listening? Oh, I'm sorry about that.
You're an absolute disgrace, aren't you?
I'll remind you now that I had over 3.5 goals.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well done. That's good bet.
I've just remembered. Yeah.
I had over 2.5 goals across the Bundesliga yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. Did I not mention that yet?
No.
Yeah, that landed out of about 20. Yeah.
That's fresh news to my ears.
That was added to the over 0.5 first half goals as well.
Did you?
Yeah. So a good day in the Bundesliga yesterday. Plus, we put up bets in the Bundesliga game today, which have all done quite nicely.
Oh, my mistake. I thought you were in poor form.
Oh, no.
Take it back.
Flying, Jack, flying. That's hence the Greta Thunberg.
Of course, yes. She's been in touch, hasn't she? Yeah. Villa are playing it out from the back still. West Ham pressing well, but West Ham are a bit tired now. You can see just by they're not getting as close to their men.
Come on, we need a goal for the creatures.
Yeah. Here's McGinn again.
McGinn again. What's that? What's that nursery rhyme?
Poor old Michael Finnegan.
Yeah, poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again.
Yeah, I'm very up on my nursery rhymes. Here comes a change.
Tielemans, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And he's wearing a big number.
He is, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully he comes on for somebody that's got a small number.
A Diaby. So a 19 going off.
Probably about the same, like for like that, isn't it?
But we have, for Villa... Oh, no, Tielemans wearing an 8. So actually, no, we're getting fewer numbers there.
Yeah, but that'll get us there.
Yeah, that would get us there. They bought on a 31 and an 8, and West Ham have bought on a 14.
Where's the 70-odd?
He's still on the bench.
Oh, come on.
Get him on. I don't even know where he plays. I've never heard. He's a young lad.
Well, Villa Park, that's where he is.
Let's have a look at him.
Penalty to Augsburg for a 5-2 lead.
Okay. Omari Kellerman.
Coming off.
He's a striker, Omari Kellerman, the 71-year-old.
Penalty to Augsburg.
Well, we said go for another goal in both teams.
How many times do I have to tell you about goals in Germany? Honestly. Just wash your ears out, everybody.
People are just not listening, James.
Keep telling you.
Myself.
Keep telling you. Goals in Germany. The Augsburg penalty looks like it's about to be scored. So it's going to be 5-2 to the away side.
It is as well, emphatically.
Marvellous.
Good finish, that. Right. We're only 5 minutes away. No, did you say 90 plus 5 for that free kick?
Yeah, 95th minute, the free kick.
Right, we're 10 minutes away then from that free kick.
Yeah, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
James Ward-Prowse, top right-hand corner. As the seconds tick by, 6 minutes of added time, 5th minute of added time, James Ward-Prowse bends it into the top corner to land you your free bet. You've heard it here. Well, that's the second time, actually, you've heard it here. But you heard it here first.
Might be about the 4th time, actually.
Then for the second time.
Yeah.
And probably now the 3rd, 4th time, yeah. Ball out to the left. Here come Aston Villa. Another goal now will finish things off. But it probably lands you the free bet. Picked up edge of the area. He tries to shape to shoot. Then a curling effort from the far side. Leon Bailey there doesn't quite bend it into the far corner.
Yeah, he had a go, didn't he?
Where did he come on? Didn't notice him coming on.
I told you. I said they bought on a 31. In fact, I've told you twice.
I was probably not listening.
No, you probably weren't. You probably weren't.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an open and honest service, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't listen to a word he says.
No.
Yeah.
May I remind you that he's wearing 31?
That's another corner to Villa. That makes 7 up, doesn't it?
It does, I believe.
Come on, the only one away. Head this behind. Let's get the
8-7. Yeah.
Head this behind for another corner.
It's the elements takes.
Head it behind. Yeah, absolutely.
It's up and away, that, isn't it?
Come on, let's get another Villa corner. I wouldn't be able to believe it because was it about 7-2 on the corners when I put up the race to race to 9? Or no, it's 5. It was 5-0, I think, when I put up the race to 9. 5-1 maybe.
They were 5-1 up at one point.
It was 5-1 when I said race to 9. Aston Villa at a 3.
Yeah.
And West Ham have come back and have a chance. It's crazy. I can say, see you tomorrow, says Silko. Don't go, Silko. There's a free bet up for grabs. Stay with us. Aston Villa. Aston Villa. This could be it, Silko. Stay where you are. Don't move a muscle.
Who is it?
Have the
Who
free
is
bet. Who's going to score this one, Jack?
Well, Watkins is waiting in the middle. Is it going to come through to him? It is. Oh, no, it's not. It's come back.
Where's the goal coming from?
Watkins is still lurking. McGinn's on the edge of the area as well.
There's definitely a goal coming. There's definitely a goal coming.
I'm not going to look at the chat to ruin it.
Rolled in.
Oh,
Bailey,
is it Bailey?
Bailey?
Oh, it's Bailey! We said back him when he comes on the pitch.
He was the one to look for, and he is the one to put Aston Villa 4-1 up, and he's got on his back number
31.
Is that more than 7?
Yes.
That means the free bet has landed, everybody. That sticks. That one sticks. I will give you a question in just about a minute's time. And the first 10 to get that question right on the Clubhouse TV chat will win yourselves a 10 USDT free bet. So free bet lands. And it took 5 goals to get there, but we're past the 50. Well past the 50 now. And congratulations, Clubhouse Creatures. Free bet has landed.
And another player that we suggested you should back as well, he came on the pitch, wearing 31. Leon Bailey has scored. Aston Villa 4, West Ham 1.
I'll tell you what the question is. Leon Bailey scored that goal. He's got number 31 on his back. He plays for Aston Villa. He's put them 4-1 up. It's basically game over. Aston Villa will go up to 5th place in the Premier League. I want to know,
what is 3 + 1?
Which country does Leon Bailey originate from? He's 26 years old. Which country was he born in? Don't do anything with that yet. Keep that up your sleeves. When you actually start to enter that into the Telegram chat, I want your answer, and I also want your sportsbet.io username. But wait until you see the go on Telegram. And the question was, which country does Leon Bailey originate from? It's not from England.
He's not.
No.
He's not from the Isle of Man.
He's not. He's not from Spain.
He's not from Antarctica.
We could go on quite a long time with this because he's only from one country.
Yeah.
But
he's not from China.
I want the name of the country plus your sportsbet.io username in the Telegram.
It was ruled out enough. Ruled out enough countries.
He's not from
Northern Ireland.
Kazakhstan.
No. He's absolutely not. And he's not from Greenland either. That's all we're saying.
He's not from Iceland.
No, he's not.
No. He's not from the old Yugoslavia.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not. Definitely not. He's not from Tehran.
No, he isn't from there.
No.
Absolutely isn't.
No. Anyway.
Oh, I've gone early with it.
Oh.
I gave you no notice, but you're ready for me. So, Jamaica. Jamaica is the correct answer. You don't need to have spelt it right because a few of you haven't.
Yeah. He scored them recently, actually, didn't he, as well?
The first 10 will win yourselves a 10 USDT free bet. I bet Mateo's been he's been on this, but I bet he doesn't do the admin for that, does he? Comes in and gets all the gifts and stuff, and he won't do the admin for that. But anyway,
he's a gift magnet.
He is. Mm-hmm. But it's been lovely to have you with us.
A gift shop.
It's nice to finish the show, isn't it, on a Sunday with a free bet giveaway?
So late as well.
Yeah.
7 minutes added on, by the way, James. So you're here for a little bit, yeah?
Well, the James Ward-Prowse thing could still happen.
Yeah.
Well, whilst I get these gifts in, you can get these names in, rather, and for the winners, you can describe the James Ward-Prowse goal in 2.5 minutes.
I'd rather not. I can tell what I can tell you is that elsewhere around Europe. There's plenty of other games going on right now. Villarreal 0, Alaves 0. Now, Alaves had a goal chalked off in that first half, but we have reached the break and we are goalless. Alaves 3.75, the draw at 2.35, and Villarreal at 2.85. Over 1.5 goals in that game is available at 2.4. Atalanta, they've been on top, but Genoa can be difficult to beat. 8.25 for Genoa, 1.95 for the draw, and Atalanta 2.40. I suspect one goal might do it now for the hosts. Over 0.5 goals in that game, 1.65, if you like the sound of that. We are pretty much wrapping up in the Bundesliga by the way. 90 minutes played there. Heidenheim 2, Augsburg 5. What a match. And just about to get underway as well, or a bit later on, anyway, in France. There's plenty of games around Europe as well, including that Barcelona game tonight, and that game involving Lyon as well in France, I just mentioned. So do have a look at what else.
Today?
They're playing Athletic Bilbao later. Do have a look at what's on the sportsbet.io website, because there's plenty to get stuck into later on. And of course, tomorrow as well, I'll be here with Pete Farris for the Premier League action as Spurs welcome Fulham at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, UK time, of course.
I'm not here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm doing cricket tomorrow,
You
Jack.
are.
Yeah.
By the way, Spurs are involved in the Monday night match this week, and then they're also involved in the Friday night match as well. They go to Palace.
I might go to the Palace soon. I'm sure I'm not too far away from a knighthood.
Services to...
Services to Clubhouse TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Atalanta look like they might have scored here, which is good for our bet, I think. Oh, no, it's gone away. They did have a little red dot, but looks like the chance has gone. And it has finished Heidenheim 2, Augsburg 5.
Goals in Germany. How many times do I have to tell you all?
The Bundesliga has been a treat this season, hasn't it?
The Bundesliga is good. It is good. Goals. And yesterday was good. Don't always expect that same result. Because it does not always land that Bundesliga racker, but it lands as many times as it doesn't, it seems, this season, which is good.
VAR are checking that goal in Italy, by the way. It was an Atalanta goal, and currently under review.
Silco, you are in the hat, my friend, for a 10 USDT. I'm just currently copying and pasting your details across. I'll tell you who else is in the hat in just a second as well. Chucha 3, you are the final man to go into the mix there in terms of the 10 times 10 USDT free bets. And as I said earlier, gamble responsibly in every other instance, but when it's free, you can do whatever you like with it. Just have some fun. Genetics, Oguzka, Viv, Slissy, Dr. 24, Jizislaw, Koki, Tarsnua, Silco, and Chucha 3. You are the 10 winners this afternoon. Gamble responsibly, but with that, do whatever you like. Enjoy.
There's a break in play here. I'm not quite sure what's happened. I think it's an injury, but the camera's not panning on it at the moment. What we did see instead was Douglas Luiz doing some kick-ups.
Yeah, was it good?
It was quite impressive, yeah. But I'm just trying to work out what exactly it is that has happened. But at the moment, we don't know because the camera's not on it.
Can you do keepy-uppers?
No, not very many.
I'm rubbish at it.
Probably no more than 3.
Yeah, I am absolutely rubbish at keepy-uppers.
Yeah. Oh, we've got to get back underway here by the looks of it with a drop ball.
When you see those people that lie on the ground, flick them up, then stand up, they do a somersault, they catch it on the back of the neck. I can't even do them off my feet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Football was never my strong point. I was a cricketer and tennis player. Yeah.
I suppose you could probably do lots of keepy-uppers with your racket.
I could do loads with the tennis racket, yeah.
Here come Villa, looking to put the icing on the cake. It would be a cherry on top, wouldn't it? They've probably done the icing, you would think now.
I mean, Villa's home records is exceptional.
It is.
That'll be 11 straight wins in the Premier League at home, and they've scored plenty of goals in the process. So,
can they get a 5th? That's the question.
Don't discount. I mean, who would they get? Right, just have a look at Villa's next opponents in the Premier League at home.
I'll look as well
because they are doing rather well, aren't they? Doing rather well at home.
Oh, it's Luton next.
Oh, they'll batter them, won't they? Because they're rubbish.
And then Fulham. They've got quite a nice home run actually. Luton, Fulham. And then, in December, it's Manchester City.
Well, they'll batter them.
That's a midweek game, though.
They'll batter them as well. Villa will be top of the table.
Oh, here's where it gets tougher. City and Arsenal back-to-back within 4 days at home in December.
Yeah. Just give me another Ollie Watkins goal just to finish things off, please. That'd be quite nice. If you don't mind. and then we can all go home. And
Yeah.
have a very good rest of your days, everybody, and enjoy your free bets. The 10 of you that have won.
That goal's been given in Italy, by the way.
He has, yeah,
Atalanta have
72nd
taken the
minute,
lead,
and
yeah.
we fancied Atalanta, didn't we?
It's Ademola Lookman who's got it as well. So it's taken them 70 minutes to break through, but Ademola Lookman has done it. And I think
we're there, aren't we?
Yeah,
Is that the final whistle
the
being
final whistle's
blown?
pretty much gone here.
So we are done and dusted today, aren't we? Anyway, even if it hasn't been just blown just yet on our screens, but it's Aston Villa 4, West Ham 1, a result that takes Aston Villa to 5th in the Premier
There it
League.
is. Yeah.
And it means that West Ham are having a good season. They'd lose to date. They'll remain on 14 points. They could have gone up to 6 and above Newcastle today, West Ham, if they had won. But they didn't. They lost by 4-1 at Villa Park. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully you've had some winning bets along the way this afternoon. Continue to gamble responsibly and continue to enjoy your Sundays. Jack, thank you very much for your company.
Thank you, James. Yeah.
Both yesterday and today. And Clubhouse creatures around the world, have a very good rest of your day. Jack and Pete, we'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you're there. Cheers all.
Bye.
Covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. This is Clubhouse TV.